sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Louisiana. There we go. We've got it working now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome out to Lafayette, Louisiana. Second week in a row that we are down in this area. Excited about tonight and ready to get things going. I am Doug Gann alongside of Nick Magnano, and you're looking at Cougar Field here at St. Thomas More, where your Alexandria Senior High Trojans are playing their home game on the road. Turf not finished up, and went by there and took a look at it this week. It is certainly well worth the wait of getting that turf on there and going. Next week, we will welcome in Natchitoches Central and be able to get those guys back on the field for the first time. Your Ash Trojans will be able to be at home, just getting some things open and working here. We'll try to get that up for you. But Coach Nick Magnano in here with us. Coach, welcome aboard.
Hey, great to be here again. Beautiful evening, 75 degrees outside. Feels like 75 degrees. Rain came through earlier in this area and cooled it off a lot, so it's going to be a great night for football.
Indeed it is. A battle of a couple of big-time teams tonight. St. Thomas More, of course, ranked #1, and the Ash Trojans unranked, but ready to go to work. Took one on the chin last week from Karen Crow in that game. Everything seems to be fine here. Took it on the chin from Karen Crow last week. So that was a difficult one. Had a game that if you just looked at the score, you look at it and realize, well, Ash got blown out of the place. But Coach, if you really look at it, that's not really the way that it went.
That's right. I mean, we're 2 or 3 plays from being in it. A couple of plays on defense that I think we were there. Maybe had a little misfortune and from the Zebras, but hey, that's part of it. We're looking forward. Coach Bachman did not want to talk about that last night. Whenever I talked to him, he was looking forward. So ready to play.
Just a reminder: this game is tape delayed, so you're seeing the cover over the front of it. That's why we're not able to do that. Get back to where we needed to be. That's the wrong thing. I think I hit too many buttons. That's probably the case. Transitioning back this way. It was a kinder, gentler time when I had Brett over here working this. He's jumped over to camera, and so it's forced me to run all of this. Coach, keys to the game are coming up. You were spot on last week with them, but the problem was didn't get executed on there.
Yeah, and boy, it started from the first play on defense. that eye discipline. We were looking in the backfield. They did a double pass. Actually played it pretty well on the back end until the young man fell on our DB, fell on, our defensive lineman, and kept going and ended up being a 70-yard play. It's just unfortunate, but that's the way it is. And then also the fast start. Came out on offense, went right down the field. Mingo with a touchdown, and boy, it was exciting. And then it's just the way it is. Sometimes it doesn't go as planned in the box here, but I'm expecting tonight to go a lot better.
Indeed, it is. You're looking at your Trojans getting loose there. They have the purple pants on with white jersey tops. The purple numbers with the yellow block trim around that. The white helmets with the Trojan logo on it. Kind of a reverse for St. Thomas More, the Cougars, and man, there are a lot of Cougars down there. White pants, navy tops with the silver big letters, and we're happy to have some big letters like that, big numbers, so you can actually read those things. Beautiful night for football. And Coach, tell us a little bit more about St. Thomas More. I know you went back and watched the game from last year.
Yeah, the thing about them is they know what they are, and that's the thing about it. They know what they are on offense. They know what they are on defense. They're well coached, and they don't run a lot of fancy trick plays. They're just disciplined, and they're fundamentally sound. I think, to be honest with you, I think we can get after them tonight. I think tonight our defensive line can maybe put pressure on them, and hopefully shake up the quarterback a little bit. He was only 50% accurate last week. He was 15 of 30. He did have 4 touchdowns. He did have 1 interception. So I think on defense we'll be competitive with them. And I tell you, I have a feeling, this is me talking, not coaches, because I don't want to put any bulletin board. I think we're going to score points on them. I really do. Just like last year. I know it was late last year, but I think we're going to put points on them.
Well, one way that we put points on them is getting the ball into the hands of our Quibitos Player of the Week. That was Amirion Mingo. And we'll look at him, and he just had a couple of touchdowns on there. We looked at some of the stats, and Mingo last week was 7 catches, 65 yards. The one big one on the first one where he had the little shake and bake, but the one-handed grab you've seen all over the place. Some other key players that we had out there. Of course, J.T. Lindsay running the football. He had that big one on the screen. Could have had about 140 yards receiving on there. If you'll remember, he just missed that screen pass early on.
Yeah, that's going to be on our keys to, our keys to victory there.
Right, we'll get into that. E.J. Scott, 6 catches, 122 yards on a touchdown. And then Ty Feaster, 18 of 35 for 312 and 4 touchdowns. Again, we talked about it before. Could have probably thrown for 507 touchdowns the way that things were going on there. So we won't spoil what's coming up for your for the keys to the game. We'll talk about those. I do want to take a look, though, back at our Ash Cool Play of the Game. It's sponsored by something there. This is the one-handed grab that we saw. It take us through Feaster, a little bit of that. Back to pass.
He runs a great route. He high points the ball, actually one hand, and gets. I think personally, he actually got both feet in. It was probably more of a knee. On his left leg, but just phenomenal.
You'll see watch the slow-mo here, how he just goes up and gets it 1 foot down and 2 feet made it in, and that is the Southern Air Cool Play of the Game. We have that to look forward to. We have our Quibitos Player of the Game to look forward to. We've got our keys to the game. That is brought to you by Why Not Stop. The Why Not Stop keys to the game will be coming up. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, we'll get to those keys to the game. Coach, you think you're ready for it? You want to give us a little teaser, a little hint of them?
I'm ready, and one of them is going to be a popular owner that some people love, some people hate. A popular owner of an NFL franchise.
Don't want to spoil it. Let's hop out. We'll be right back after this commercial break. You are watching / listening to Ash Trojan Football right here on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Time for a red Right on cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now, you can save on a new energy saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Call Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing or visit us online.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Today. There we go. Back to Lafayette, Louisiana, campus of St. Thomas More. And, Coach, the much-anticipated keys to the game. We've got the Velar and Green starting lineups coming up. We've told you that you can keep up with everything here during the game across the top live on our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard, and you'll be able to keep up with things in the morning on our Sadler's Towing scoreboard scroll that's down at the bottom. We'll keep up with some of the teams that are in action. Menard, the only team, or Buckeye actually was the only team that was going. Menard and Pineville, another battle between two of our teams, and we'll have that little tussle next week as Pineville and Tioga do battle on there, and Tioga down in Breaux Bridge tonight. So down here in this area, Chuck Perkins and Billy French on the call down there. Of course, Tom Boucher in the simulcast. He is doing that with John Wolf. They will call both the Pineville and Menard side of the broadcast. So we'll keep you up to date on all of the scores that are going on. But I think I have built it up as best I can. It is time for the Why Not Stop. Keys to the game. You see it there for Ash and St. Thomas More. Coach, let's jump right in.
Yeah, the defense, number one, we need to interrupt. Chaos on defense. We need to interrupt the time in the STM's offense. And it doesn't matter if it's going to be changing up your coverages, it's going to be zone, going to be blitz, if it's going to be, zone or man-to-man, if it's going to be a blitz with the second level, or most importantly, probably with the size of our defensive line, getting those hands up if we can't get to the quarterback. Make sure that he does not have a clear view because he does a lot of stuff across the middle.
Well, we talked to Coach Mercer, the defensive coordinator for the Trojans, beforehand down on the field. And you know what he told us? He said the problem with getting ready for a Karen Crow is that they run 87 different formations at them and then trotted out nine new ones
yes.
there. And so he said it's easier preparing for St. Thomas More. But what did he say the problem was with that?
They're good.
That's right. What they do is they execute things well. So they've got to come out and stir things up on defense. Chaos on defense. I like what you did there. Key number 2.
Yeah, on offense, we just have to execute the big plays. You mentioned the one that the screen play that probably would have went for another 60 yards, would have been another touchdown if we make that play. Then we have one where, unfortunately, Jalen just, turned and looked. He was wide open, turned and looked. It was a touchdown. And we also had one where we had a run play. I look back, we had a run play to where if we just get to that second level, if we just get to that second level, then Lindsey's off to the races.
Indeed that he is. And so now this much anticipated, and I hate almost to push the button, but I'm going to do it. What the heck do you mean with Al Davis?
Al Davis, the former, the owner of the Oakland Raiders, who's moving to Las Vegas.
That's right.
Win, baby, win. That was his motto. And you know what? STM has to lose at some point. Once again, this is me talking. It's us in the broadcast. We're not the coaches saying this. STM's going to have to lose eventually. So why not be us?
Well,
let's go win it.
There you have it. So we got to create chaos on defense. If we can go there and get to their quarterback, Sam Altman, then that's going to be there. One of the other things now that we just are learning as we get closer to the kickoff is that All-State running back, senior number 5, Hutch Swilly, who really ran the ball for a couple hundred yards last year, I believe, in that game. He's scratched. He's out tonight.
Yeah,
hamstring concerns, and so he is out and on the field, not dressed out tonight, and that is just huge. Don't be misinformed and think that they're not going to be able to go out there and take care of business, and they've got a bevy of them. You'll see senior running back John-Luc St. Pierre, who, by the way, stopped and met his dad down there as we were coming in, and they offered us meat pies and a good time and said, hey, look, if y'all stay down here and broadcast, how cool will that be? But you go back, Hutch Swilly is a late scratch in this game, and he is not in there. But Sam Altman and that group, you have to go in there and cause chaos on it and find different ways, and we think that they will. Execute the big plays. You've got to be able to come back and take advantage and make those, because they were getting behind the defenses. I won't say with ease, but they were well behind the defense.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be there tonight too. I really do.
And there you have it, the Al Davis. I like the way you did that. You're looking at it, Ash versus St. Thomas More. Going to take a second break. When we come back, we'll get into the starting lineups of tonight's contest. We'll do all of that when we come back. Don't go anywhere. It is the countdown to kickoff. You are watching / listening to Ash Trojan Football right here on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Back to Lafayette we go. The Trojans have made their way down I-49 once again to take on the Cougars of STM. Yes, when you got the schedule early in the year, this was a home game. This is the third, the rubber match of this one. Trojans took game one, the only time the Trojans have beaten St. Thomas More, and they did that back 2 years ago, Coach, in 2021, put up a lot of points in it. Walker Howard was there. That was the year that Besh was here, but he was injured in that game and did not play. And St. Thomas More came to town and exacted revenge. Or we came here last year, and St. Thomas More exacted revenge. So the other three games in there that were wins by St. Thomas More were playoff wins. And so those games were there in the playoffs. You know, one of your keys to the game, Coach, that you talked about was the defense going to be able to wreak havoc on the folks from St. Thomas More tonight. So let's go ahead and take this opportunity to jump over to our Velar and Green starting lineups. And we're going to focus on the defense tonight. We'll tell you some of the key position players for the offense, and we'll work our way through that tonight offensively. But let's go ahead and look at the starting lineups first. Senior defensive lineman Aiden Walker, and he's moved from linebacker to defensive line this year. And so we need big things out of Aiden tonight. And had him on the show a couple of weeks ago and did a real good job with him. Joining him in the middle of the line, Jeremiah Jeffers, right. And, Coach, you told me that you expect a big night out of Jeremiah tonight.
Yeah, I think it will.
Hang on, let's get you turned back on.
Yeah, I think he's ready. He was excited last night on coach's show, and I look forward to seeing what he does. He's going to have his hands full with 79 Allaire. I mean, he's a good center, and he's a big man. But I look forward to what Jeremiah's going to do this evening.
Joining them on that defensive line, Elijah Nelson, the junior, number 95, and we've seen big things out of him. Moving to the defense that's going to be tested, the portion of it here is the secondary. Cornerback Jay Frazier, and good to see Jay in there. He will wear number 26, does the sophomore cornerback, a long line of Fraziers that have been very successful playing that defensive secondary for the Trojans. Joining him on the other side is Rylan Hall, wears number 18, does the senior cornerback. On the back half of it, strong safety Jason Blackwell, number 22, and you'll hear his name called out throughout the evening. Opposite Jason and starting at free safety is the junior free safety, Jaden Lewis. Jaden Lewis wears number 16. Take a look at those linebackers, and they're going to be key tonight. 46, and we talked about Xavier White, the sophomore, runs around so fast and so much, we weren't able to even get a picture of him. So Xavier, we'll have that up for you soon. Joining him there is number 5, Omarion Ford. And, Coach, he led the way last week with 13 tackles. Tell me a little bit about Omarion Ford.
Yeah, first half, it took him a little bit to try to figure out, because there was some misdirection. There was a lot of, different, didn't know if the quarterback was going to run or if he was going to pass, but really stepped it up in the second half and was all around the ball. And he's going to be key tonight because I know the running backs hurt, but they run a draw, and their draw is, and there's going to be a lot of one-on-one tackles that he's going to have to make tonight.
Trojans will have to tackle. We talked about, and let's get over there. Tristan Layfield, he is another one of those seniors. So a lot of seniors that are getting start for their Trojans tonight. He wears number 14. Again, going to need another big night. You need these guys to lead the way in tackling, and you don't need Lewis and those guys doing it as well. You don't need your defensive secondary leading the way in tackles, and then rounding things out is number 13, Jalen Clark, another one of the seniors, and he will be all over the place as well. Those are your starters. We'll look offensively at the starters. Of course, it'll be similar to what you've seen all along, and we'll focus on those guys next week and get their pictures up and get all of that going on. We're adding a little bit as we go along. The wideouts are those that you are going to have to get going. They're led by number 1, Jalen Johnson, number 11, Amirion Mingo, Jimmy Duncan, Darius Washington, E.J. Scott. E.J. had a big game. Those guys have got to go out and get it. Ty Feaster, of course, pulls the trigger for the Trojans on there, and at running back is going to be J.T. Lindsey. Cam Calderon there, Brett Bain on the offensive line. You'll see Tanner Townsend is out there as well, and just a host of guys that are rotating in just to keep that thing, keep those guys relaxed out there and rested, because this has an opportunity to be a pretty quick game tonight.
Yeah, I think the early season Feaster and EJ have really got a good relationship going, and that back shoulder pass, that 5 to 7 yard back shoulder pass, and then EJ broke one last week. Matter of fact, I thought he was getting tired. I thought Feaster was getting tired. They kind of missed one, and then the next play they run the same thing, and he goes 60 yards for a touchdown. So that's been a good relationship between those two early in the season.
Going to take our final break of the pregame show. Again, if you're just joining us out there in YouTube land or Facebook, you understand that it's all audio, and we'll get those comments up there and pinned. We'll do that in our commercial break. When we get back, it's going to be time for coin toss and kickoff and all of that fun stuff. It is St. Thomas More. It is Ash live from Lafayette. Alongside of Nick Magneto, I am Doug Gann. Don't go anywhere. We're kickoff just around the corner on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
Time for our red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now, you can save on a new energy saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Call Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing or visit us online.
Back to live action we go. You see the award-winning group from St. Thomas More, their dance team out there doing what makes them national champions on there. So excited to, and we'll let you kind of keep an eye on that here, and we'll just let you watch that and get right back into it in a moment. And there we go. We're back. We saw that group of young ladies, and again, you heard them announced as multi-time national champions. Coach, I think we've been through a lot of the pregame. All we're waiting for is here. Recap those keys to the game and let us. It started with chaos on defense. What are you talking that they've got to come out and do defensively? Do you want to see from the start?
Let's change it up. I mean, we know what they do. We know how they pass the ball. We know the routes they run. So let's get in a man. And then, hey, let's switch to zone. Let's drop a lineman. Let's rush it. Let's blitz a second-level linebacker. Let's get our hands up on the defensive line if you can't get to the quarterback.
One of the great things here at St. Thomas More, one of the many things, and hopefully one of them you won't see tonight a lot, it's those LED lights that flash when they score. A lot of times you see that in the college game, but we don't want to see it in here tonight. But St. Thomas More and their group come out right from in the middle of where we're at, come out from under the bleachers and under the tunnel. Now we're waiting for our Trojans to get going out to the right, and you're taking a look at those guys. And just trying to have a little bit better go of it than we did last week or last year here. Keeping an eye on who's going to be our Quibido's Player of the Week, and you'll hear that on Coach Speak. That game will be, or that show is going to be this Sunday, each and every Sunday live from Quibido's. We have a host of coaches shows throughout the week, and my goodness, if you're looking for high school football, high school sports in general, you found it here. Question, or the thing that we pose to you, if you're watching us over there on YouTube and you have not subscribed, we ask you to hop over there and subscribe to that YouTube channel, and it's absolutely free to do that. Hit the notification bell, and that'll let you know. About 75% of the people that watch our broadcast are not subscribers of that. It doesn't cost you anything. It just allows you to ring that notification bell, and it tells you all 10 times a week that we go live with high school sports and shows.
And what's great about it, even if you have to do a separate thing to get notifications. So a lot of people don't want to do that stuff because they don't want to be notified. But so if you just subscribe, it helps us, and also you won't get, now I like the notifications because I like when stuff comes up, but you don't have to worry about getting those extra texts or emails.
One of our great sponsors, Wallace Eye Associates, he says, Doug, I can tell when you add teams because my notifications keep going off on there. And you hear the rumble of St. Thomas More and that crowds that here, and the Trojans were waiting for them to go out there. They're still feeling like this is their home game. There's a better look at it as we are live from Cougar Stadium here, and it's rumbling down below us. Nick Magnano alongside of Doug Gann, and we are ready. You see the smoke and the fog and the pomp and the circumstance, and they've got a plan for tonight. They've got a big plan to St. Thomas More. But what did the great Mike Tyson say?
You always have a plan until you get hit the first time in the mouth.
Everybody's got a plan on there. The Trojans likewise have that, but I'm telling you, I don't think they timed it that way, but you see the flyover, but I think it's just a jet that's landing out at the Lafayette Regional Airport that's down here, but that is what it's about.
They think they're Clemson Tigers. Is that who they think they are, running down the hill?
Look, they win at the success rate that they have here. Semifinalists a year ago, a couple of state championships during that Walker Howard run, and just another quarterback that you hear a lot of names about. Remember, we told you to watch for Hutch Swilly. He is inactive tonight, had the hamstring issue. Trojans, we think, are full strength in this one, and you see the camera swing around and getting ready to bring out your Ash Trojans. This is going to be a big-time night. One of the first things that jumps out at you as your Trojans do make their way out there is, Coach, there's a large number of players on that St. Thomas More sideline.
Yeah, I think I counted there was around 134 on the roster that they have online. So yeah, a lot of duplicate numbers. But I tell you what, there would be nothing better for this senior class from Ash to say we got them 2 out of 3 years.
Well, and you talk about that senior class. This is a senior class that was held over that were freshmen, and some of them played in that game, that state championship up at Northwestern back in 2020. They were a part of that.
Yeah, and it's hard to believe that, that was a COVID year, and a lot of stuff we watched was through, the broadcast and stuff, and we listened to a lot of the stuff when they were on the road, and just excited to see that most of those guys are still here.
We're going to take a quick break and get through the festivities. We'll be right back on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
You're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
For the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
And we are back, just finishing up the prayer and the national anthem, Coach, and that means that we are just moments away. Let's make sure that we still have, we still learning the buttons on there, but getting ready for the coin toss in tonight's ball game. And the Trojans still, they're up here, and that was supposed to be their game, and now it's our game, and now it's your game, and still nonetheless are coming out and will be the visiting. It did get switched. They worked out some good stuff with the gate as we had hoped that they would to get that going. And so Coach Bachman doesn't like the fact that that we're down here and not playing on that turf. But you know what? He wants to get out and spot the football and get everything going.
Yeah, and something else to think about as well is we have northwest wind coming out, 8-mile-an-hour northwest wind, coming across the field from right to left. So it's going to be that's going to play a factor in the game as well, especially in special teams.
Getting ready to make their way out are captains tonight for the Trojans. It is Aiden Walker. Also out there, number 70, Cam Calderon, Amirion Mingo, and Jeremiah Jeffers Wright. That group of seniors ready to go do some work for St. Thomas More. I see out there number 76, that's Jackson Dickerson, and injured number 60. Good to see that young man out there, and that's Gannon Domingue. And number 42 is A.J. Rance. As they shake hands and get things going. Coach, you talked about that wind. It has really picked up. You see some people that are glad the wind's blowing and moving that around, but goodness, it's different when that wind comes in and starts going.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, like I said, it's blowing from one end of the field to the other. So eager to see if one team may choose a side over if they want to kick or receive here.
You start looking into that.
I tell you one thing, Coach Parmley used to always, tell us, you have 48 minutes of football and the rest of your life to remember it. And those guys right there, those captains, they want to remember this tonight.
St. Thomas More has won the toss with and elected to receive.
Yeah, we have an Alexandria officiating crew this evening.
Well, and that goes back to the fact that this game was supposed to be, in Alexandria.
Mm-hmm. So, like I said, eager to see. Looks like Shannon Mesh is going to be kicking off to the left on your dial.
That'll bring out. We don't have a dial anymore, Coach.
Oh, sorry.
It's
on your button. I'm
right.
Sorry.
So as you're watching us, you see that group come out here, and we'll get a look at who is back deep to receive. Looks like number 11 and number 15. That is Cade Wilkerson. That is Jacob Froelich. 3 guys back there. 83. Is a young man in the middle, and Sanders Foreman. And kicking with his back to the wall, we've seen Mesh really put a foot into it before. You really would like to start this off with one that goes into the end zone.
Yeah, that'd be great. Looks like, the way we go, wind's picking back up again. So.
Beginning of an instant classic here. Tape delayed tonight. Glad that you are along with us. Good crowd that make their way down I-49 from Alexandria. If you're watching this back in the morning, you watching a good one. Here is this one that is high and going to be shy of the goal line to the 3. Slips down a little bit, but up and going. Come to the near side. All the way around. And already the start is a little bit better than it was last year, Coach, because we had just got going in the game, and the young man from St. Thomas More took it to the house.
Yeah, there we go.
And so they'll have to start out defensively or offensively. Sam Altman makes his way in, and he comes with an empty backfield. Remember, Swilly is out. Actually, he brings in Jean-Luc St. Pierre. Jean-Luc St. Pierre is back in the backfield with Altman. Altman's got 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Trojans come out tight defensively, still within 10 yards of the ball, so good tight coverage. Handoff is to St. Pierre. He's stringing to the outside. Good job coming up and making the tackle to the near side. A pickup of 5, but we'll see who gets up off
Blackwell.
of that. And he's slow getting up is Jason Blackwell. And they're going to call timeout. And with that timeout, he's favoring that shoulder just a little bit. And that is one of the big-time ball hawks on this team. He is going to be replaced, it looks like, by number 8. That's the one you said, Coach, that we didn't have on the roster. And I don't see it. I don't see it tonight either. So we'll try to get that whistled up to us. 2nd down and 4. 2nd down and 4 for St. Thomas More from their 34-yard. Play action once again. That is wide open and out to the outside. Going to have to make a tackle, and they do. Brought down defensively for the Trojans by Jaden Lewis, who was out there. And, Coach, what did you find out?
It's not on he must be on the freshman team or a number that that we just, was shared because he's not on the roster that was given to us.
Quickly to the line goes Altman and the Cougars. Altman now just a straight drop back. He's rolling to the near side looking. He'll tuck, and he'll get out of the tackle of one man. Got past Ford, but is going to be brought down defensively, Jalen Kirk. But a big pickup of 7, and that was just seemed like a controlled scramble that he did. Now, in the pregame, we said this was going to be a quick game. I don't mean in time and length that it's going to be. I mean, you better hang on to your seat. It's a color analyst's worst nightmare because he doesn't get a lot of opportunities. 2nd down and 2. St. Pierre's got to crash it through the backfield. Is Aiden Walker. Big time move in the backfield like he knew the snap count.
Yes, sir. Split the gap there. Beat the tight end on this side and made an excellent solo tackle. Also, the previous play, our defense had great coverage, and that's why Dahlman had to run for that one.
3rd down and 7. Go from the 45-yard line does St. Thomas More. What a big play by Aiden Walker. Early candidate for the cool play of the game there. Big-time play. 3rd down and 7. First time that it's been a long play from. Here comes pressure. Turning around, and they're going to call that a completion, and that is just a tremendous corner route that is thrown and completed to number 15, Jacob Froelich, who does pick up a St. Thomas More first down to the 41-yard line of the Trojans.
Yeah, I think Ryland might have been looking in the backfield a little too much on that one.
Trying to find the clock back to pass. Quickly almost there. Good play by Carrick Gaines. And, boy, if he's a step earlier, he houses that one the other direction. Landon Strother was who the pass was intended for. 9:42 to go in the first quarter of play.
Excellent play. Kept his eyes in the backfield, kept the receiver in front of him, broke on the ball, made a perfect play there.
Altman again's got 2 to the top, 1 in the near side. Now he brings his man in motion. There's a toss, but going to go right up the middle with it is St. Pierre. St. Pierre reversing field, but he's going to be ridden down, but not before another first down, and that is Jacques Picard that gets that one.
Yeah, we lost contain there. Aiden kind of got sucked to the inside there, lost contain.
Well, they call him 3rd and short, just a yard shy of it. 4-down territory for St. Thomas More, without a doubt, from the Trojan 32. He's going to go St. Pierre right up the middle. St. Pierre gets that through that big defensive line, just a steady mix of that's Ford that gets that solo. And it'll be first down after a pickup of 4 on that play. And, man, they are moving quickly from the 26-yard line of the Trojans. Go St. Thomas More, 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. St. Pierre in the backfield with Altman. Altman surveys the defense, now looking to snap throw. Goes over the seam. Got a man and did it. That's just as pretty of a move and a pass as you'll find, Coach. And he got him with that little shoulder pump fake. And that's complete into the end zone for a touchdown to Landon Strother.
Yeah, they set that up 2 plays ago. They did the little comeback. That one they did a stop and go. And I mean, it was actually an out and up. And just, we got beat on that play.
So on the clock, and we'll get that adjusted as we go through plays. It is 6-0. We have 8:59, 9 minutes to go here in the first.
Brendan Bohr with the extra point.
Extra point looks like it's good. It's up and it's in there. 7-0. St. Thomas More wins the toss. They elect to receive. They march it right down the field. We'll be back after this timeout. In your word from Valex Federal Credit Union.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Back to live action we go. Everything's quick. Even the amount of time between there, we're going to work on getting that scoreboard updated. It is 7-0 with 9 minutes to go here in the first.
Yeah. Board kicking off. We got Jalen and JT back to receive. Take that win. He may have to have a holder, which that will help with taking one return man.
Well, and that's where you got to be careful. But already we're 3 minutes into this game, and it was 14-0 last year. St. Thomas More had the victory or had the lead in it. Wow, the Trojans knew that was going to happen. We tried to cause a little chaos in there, but Altman definitely is that guy back there at quarterback, the senior quarterback, Sam Altman. Kickoff is up, and it's to the near side. It's going to hang in the air, so somebody's got to come up and get it, and they do. That is taken to the 35-yard line. Darius Washington coming up and getting that one. And here comes, look, you see a complete unit on special teams, a complete unit on offense, a complete unit on defense. There's no, Karen Crow, we saw how many players going both ways last week?
Yeah, 6 or 8, different times. And, well, I don't think we're going to see that tonight.
We will see Jalen Johnson to the near side, J.T. Lindsey in the backfield, and kind of a different set for the Trojans as they've got 2 running backs in the backfield with Ty Feaster and 1 lone receiver to the top. Handoff goes to Lindsey, trying to get to the outside, cuts back up at the hash, and gains about a yard. And look, these are 2 just like bantamweight fighters, Coach. These aren't changing heavyweight blows. They're like welterweights or bantamweights just out there throwing punches at each other. Mingo and Johnson to the near side. To the top is E.J. Scott. Lindsey in the backfield. Scott comes in motion. Now you've got 3 to the near side. There's that little dump pass to Lindsey. Lindsey's got to make a man miss. But just quickly getting to the ball is St. Thomas More. And there he's brought down by number 4 and number 7. That's Nico Blanchard and Peyton David. I'm going to call him David down here until I'm corrected. Maybe it's David, but what do you do?
I tell you, if we block that linebacker there, that's a big play.
3rd down and 7. Feaster and Lindsey look to the far side. Now it's switched. You've got Jalen Johnson by himself. Mingo in the slot. Watch for Mingo to try to wiggle loose there. E.J. Scott is a receiver at the top of the field. 3rd down and 7 from the 39. Lindsey goes in motion. Feaster alone in the backfield. He's getting pressured right up the middle, and he just gets blown up down at the 25. And that's a bull rush right up the middle. My goodness.
Yeah, 93 Jack Vidrine there. Just splits the guard and tackle there. And I think it's, or 99, excuse me, I'm sorry. 99, which is Wade Cannon on that one.
Feaster will stay out there to punt, and where the Trojans had a little bit of movement forward, now that one is tough, and you got to be careful because Landon Strother, who had that big touchdown grab on that out and up little shoulder play action, stands back looking to receive this. Feaster's got to get this one up and out of there, and he does, and that's the best kick of the season. That's going to push Strother back, and that ball rolls around inside the 20-15 down to the 13, where Strother picks it up, and he's going to be dropped at the 23. And, boy, that's the difference, Coach. That wind is going to play in this game.
Yeah, it was excellent. Great punt. I'll tell you, the returner made a great play on it, but second man down made a tackle there.
We'll see what that Trojans defense is able to do in this one. Jason Blackwell back out onto the field. That is certainly good to see. He was shaken up on that first drive. Xavier White back on the field as well. He and Ford are the middle linebackers. Tonight the outside linebackers creep up towards the line. Altman back to pass. Now he's going over the top. Double coverage, but puts it right into the breadbasket of Strother. And I'm going to tell you, if we're unable to cover, it's going to be a long night for the Trojans. That one down to the 39-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Jaden was there. Jaden Lewis was there. He just got to turn his head around. It's easy for me to say up here, but if he turns his head around there, he makes a play on the ball.
I guarantee you, Altman and Strother work on that a lot. Quickly passed out to the far side, needing to come up and make a tackle. At least the Trojans are tackling once they get up to it. That one complete to number 16, Ezra. Or they said Froelich is who got that one, number 15.
Yeah, Jalen Lewis on the tackle there.
Give him 4 yards on it, make it 2nd down and 6 from the Trojan 34-yard line. 6:22 and counting, nearing that 6-minute timeout. Play action. Here comes Ford. This one thrown off the back foot and out of the way. And Altman did everything he could just to survive that sack. And that'll bring up 3rd down, 15 seconds shy of the automatic timeout. So 6:15 remaining here in the first. St. Thomas More, 1 possession, 1 score. The Cougars lead this one 7-0.
And Marion Ford, excellent pressure up top. Once the ball was gone, he did not hit the quarterback after. It was a great play, great discipline play there.
This is where St. Thomas More brought pressure and put the Trojans behind the sticks. We need something like that. High snap. St. Pierre's got it on the handoff. He's trying to get to the corner. Ford comes up, and that's a good job of tackling That will stop and bring up fourth down, but there's no way you convince me that St. Thomas More is not going to go for it here at 4th and 2.
Yeah. Big play there, must be the hydration break here.
They'll have to think about it. We're going to take the timeout with them. We'll be right back after this from Kimberly Harrell, Certified Appraiser on 446 Sports.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years.
Snuck back live on us, and here we go. 4th down and 2. St. Thomas More has it at the Trojans 31, have to get to the 29-yard line. They already lead this one 7-0 with 6 to go. Play action, and Altman's going to take it himself, and he barrels through for the first down and a couple of more. Ooh. Great job of running by Sam Altman. Got an extra yard on the well, he got it by half a yard is all he got it, because they move it and they give it the left foot spot, but needless to say, that is a first down. 5:52 and counting here as they restart the clock.
Yeah, Jalen Kirk on the tackle there.
First down and 10 from the 29. St. Pierre's got it, and he's going to bang his way up the middle and pick up 4 or 5. Great job of running. You tell that Hutch Swilly is not in there. We told you he had the hamstring concern prior to this one, and he is out at all-state running back for a senior. But no let-up from St. Pierre at all. Second down and 5. They give him 5 on that one. Ball out to the 25-yard line, so nearing the red zone. Trojans are going to have to bow up on this one. Altman straight drop back, looking down the seam, banged around and knocked out of there. Great job. Is that Lewis again that's back there?
Yeah, that's Jaden.
Well, I've been impressed. I was impressed with Jaden in the Jamboree and have been impressed with him early here in the first, and just went in there and punched that ball away, and that's exactly what you need. Third down and 5 now from the 25. Ball rests on the right hash of that turf here in St. Thomas More. The Cougars looking to drive. Trojans looking to put a halt to it. Altman right down the seam again. Completes that one out to the 15. Inside the 15 down to the 14. And that'll be another first down. They just get the ball out so quick, Coach.
Yeah, Ford was there, and actually the ball just went kind of through his hands because it was so quick. Blackwell on the tackle there.
Here comes that throw again to the outside. Hits it just a little too far out of the outstretched hands of Jacob Froelich, who had an opportunity, had a step or two, but the pass just an errant one. And you talked about Altman was 50% last week. He's got to be close to about 95% tonight.
Yeah, I didn't want to jinx it. You know that old announcer jinx that we talk about all the time.
I don't even think that thing's real. Second down and 10 from the 15-yard line. You can jinx the other team. Play action. Altman's going to keep this, but here comes big pressure. Xavier unable to get to him, and Altman's going to find his way into the end zone. Had him stopped in the backfield, and Altman is going to be out at the 1, they say. They're marking him out of bounds at the 1-yard line. You see that. Not a lot of instant replays tonight because we don't have the time for it as quickly as these teams are moving. First and go for Altman, and Altman steps in there. At running back now is Carter Melanson. Carter Melanson stands back there with Altman. Altman calls for it. Melanson is going to get it, and he puts his head down, bangs in there, and he's in for the score. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, 7.5 minutes gone, and the Trojans desperately in danger of falling down big again. This one is 14-0 after 2 possessions. Trojans have went 3 and out on the lone possession they had.
Yeah, Altman's keeping the ball, running with it a little bit more than what we've seen in the past.
Changing things up, indeed, they are. On for the extra point, and we did say it was 4:36 remaining. That kick is up. Blackwell was in there from the side, but it's up and it's good. 14-0. We'll be back after this on 446 Sports. back to Lafayette on the campus of St. Thomas More, and the Cougars have jumped out to a 14-0 lead here and looked very efficient doing that. Kicking into the wind, that brings JT and Jalen up to around the 15-yard line is where they're sitting back. And, well, they haven't flashed the lights tonight. I didn't see that. Maybe it's not dark enough for that. Don't want to waste the flash. They run up their electric bill by doing that. Ball blows off the tee. So they're going to hustle in number 21, Christian Bro, the sophomore wide receiver that'll come in and hold this one. Boy, this was always tough. I had to turn my head. I just knew I was going to get kicked. Kickoff is up. It is short like we talked about, coming up and fielding that one. And, again, you just got to make sure you secure it. That's Jimmy Duncan that was under that, one of the sure-handed guys. And you see that hands team but back because they were having to get it. Trojans needing to take advantage of this wind that's at their back. We have seen Sam Altman very efficient on here. The Trojans will have to establish something. First time we've seen Darius Washington. Townsend is at the game as tight end. You got Mingo up at the top and JT Lindsay in the backfield with Feaster. Snap throw over, and that one bounces over to E.J. Scott. And that's the difference we've seen. Altman is able to zip back and get that throw. Feaster unable to get it there. Had a man open, but you just got to be careful because those St. Thomas More Cougar defenders will start jumping those routes. Second down and 10 from the 33-yard line. Feaster and company look to the far side. On the far side, it is E.J. Scott and Marion Mingo. Jimmy Dunker, Darius Washington to the near side. Handoff goes to JT. JT puts his head down, keeps the legs churning, but so does that interior line of St. Thomas More.
I'll take that.
Third down now and 6. 4:14 remaining here in the first. St. Thomas More leads this one 14-0. Feaster in that offensive unit look to the right side. That offensive line has got to give a little bit of time to Feaster, and the snap goes over his head. Feaster's going to have to fall on it. It's going to be disaster. It'll be fourth down. They're calling it, saying that Feaster fell on it. And my goodness, that is not the start that you wanted tonight for your Trojans. And baseball, Yogi said it pretty well. It's deja vu all over again in this one, Coach.
Yeah, it was rough. Take your eye off the ball on the snap. I mean, snap wasn't bad. I mean, it was close enough, but just trying to make too much happen.
Morris and Calderon and Jeffers right back there as the protectors as Feaster set back. Got a good punt, one of his best of the year with that wind at his back. Puts another one high. It's not going to have quite the distance, but calling for the fair catch and making it at the 41-yard line is where they give him. That is Landon Strother who has it. And, Coach, with 3:11 to go. You know the Trojans are never, ever out of one. They make the adjustments. But, man, back-to-back seasons, they have started off behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I think may have to bring an extra man or two here. Trying to get him off.
He just gets the ball out so quick. 3:11 to go first quarter from the 41-yard line and a timeout for St. Thomas More. We'll take a 30-second timeout with them, and we'll be right back after this from BK Distributors.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
Here we go, 14-0, first down and 10. St. Thomas More has the lead. Altman's got 3 to the near side, 1 to the top, and St. Pierre back in there at running back. Lewis backs off of his man, gives a little bit of cushion, and gets back into a true free safety spot. St. Pierre's got this one, trying to get to the outside, string it out. Ford revs the engine and chases him down, but after a pickup of 4, they'll give him. Been waiting on all year to use that reference, Coach.
Yeah, Kirk just was, sealed block on the end. Lost containment. That's a 4-yard gain there.
Give him 4, 2nd down and 6. Ball rests at the 45-yard line of St. Thomas More as we're under 250, 247 and counting. Play action. Altman over the top, misfires on that one. First time we've really seen him go high on one. And back in coverage for the Trojans that time was Carrick Gaines, and he's been all around the ball tonight.
Yeah, and Jeremiah Wright, he broke through the line, got his hands up, and that's what we talked about, the chaos there, and he overthrows him.
Man, we need one here. We really need a play at 3rd down and 6. Trojans watch for Altman. We've seen Altman run the ball a lot more than he normally has.
Yeah, he's also gone to 3 defensive linemen. And then
They're going to call offsides against the Trojans, and you go from 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 1. And the minute boy, you just don't like to see that happening. But attribute that to Altman, who's in there making a move. Look to my right, and those ominous clouds that you folks had back in Alexandria and that rain that you had, looks like it's creeping its way down I-49 and working on getting over here to where we are. 3rd down and 1 now from the 50-yard line. Ball rests at midfield. Altman calls for it. St. Pierre's got it, busting himself to the right side.
Aiden Walker with a solo tackle there.
Does it, but once again, St. Thomas More in plus territory out to the Trojan 46, and quickly they go to the line. And again, that's the quick that we talked about. Both of these teams run that NASCAR offense. Handoff is right up the middle and trying to get around, and there's Aiden Walker again.
Yeah, kept contained. I mean, we had contain outside, kept contained, and that way you force him inside, and we have numbers there. Excellent play there by Eden.
Just a gain of a yard. Ball rests at the 45-yard line. It's not Canada. It's not the 55. Back to pass is Altman. He's going right there. The receivers are able just to sit down. Jaden Lewis did a good job of coming up and making that tackle.
Yeah, he just finds a soft spot in the zone, breaks down right there, and the ball's there.
Just got to find some answer to that because they are just destroying that zone and taking 5-6 yards a time and dinking and dunking their way down the field, and then they do that little shoulder play action and go over the top.
And the backers are dropping in a good place. He just the receivers behind him.
Guy coming in late is Jacob Froelich. He's one of the wide receivers. He settles in at the H-back spot to the near side. 3rd down and 2. Handoff is going to go up the middle. Stopped prior to that, and that's Big Ford.
Yes, sir.
That comes up and makes that play and got him at the line of scrimmage, and that's the play that Coach Josh Mercer said to watch for tonight.
Yeah, it was an excellent play, and he kept perfect form tackle. No gain there. Now it's 4th and 2. Let's go, Trojans here.
This offense for St. Thomas More chugging along like it is. It's going to be 4-down territory anytime you're on the plus side of the field. Altman's got 2 to the near side. High snap, but St. Pierre's got to get somebody to come up and tackle, and they don't. He falls forward. He's going to get it by just the nose of the football, it looks like. We'll see if they right foot, left foot, and where it ends up.
Gains on the tackle there, kind of stepped up.
Good job of looking in on our camera. And they do give him the 1st down. They pull closest to the chain, so you're able to do it. But it's difficult to stop those guys for just a yard gain.
Sorry.
Trojans defense solid here.
No, that was Mingo. I'm almost positive that was Mingo. I thought it was 21. That was 11. That was Mingo out there on the tackle.
1st down and 10, under a minute, 47 seconds to go. Play action now going down the middle. That one's tipped, and a big-time smack applied by Jaden Lewis, and that separated ball from defender.
Yeah, forward on that one. Drop back perfect. Perfect in the coverage. Got his hands on the ball, and that's what. And still, they almost made the play, but he knocked it. Look, Mingo's in at cornerback on the top there, unless we have a second number 11.
Nope, he's the one, and you'll find him just about anywhere is Amirion Mingo. Stays in there and goes to work. 2nd down and 10. Good pressure. That one's just thrown up in the air and coming back for it. That'll be a completed pass for a loss of a yard, and boy, that's Altman with a lot of trust.
That's a great job by Jalen there, staying with his man, making the tackle there.
3rd down and 12, and they bring a dime package in there. The Trojans are going to get a timeout. You saw a couple of people hobbling around in there, coming onto the field there. Cortez Simon makes his way out on there. He is a junior defensive back, and off to our right. Hope that was a camera flash and not another flash. Had a weather delay in Natchitoches last night that pushed that Buckeye St. Mary's game back for about an hour.
Yeah, I think that was a great time out there. Jalen Kirk was hurt coming off the field late, so get the timeout, get together. This third and long. This is a big play here.
Tristan Layfield, Elijah Nelson coming back out on the field. Carrick Gaines is there. Jeremiah Wright is on the field. And I see Cortez Simon, who is back out there. That may have been the number 11. It's a 17.
No, Mingo's out there.
There's Mingo out at the corner spot, and he is out on Jacob Froelich. So you got good on good out there at wide receiver.
I'm wondering if Hall is hurt. I don't see him on the sideline. Yeah, I see him.
Saw Mingo with an interception last year in a game at Alexandria. 3rd down and 12 from the 38-yard line. Altman, of course, back to pass. That one is thrown in the seam, complete. Mingo's going to get the tackle, but not before another 13-yard gain and a first down. Clock will stop momentarily. It will start in trying with 6 seconds to go in the first.
Yeah, linebackers. I'm sorry.
They're trying to get up there as quick as they can. 2 and 1. Ball is snapped. Play action once again. Altman's just going to take it right up the middle, and he slides in safely to second there around the 16-yard line where it'll be second down. 14-0. St. Thomas More leads this when they are marching. Trojans defense will have a second down when we come back.
Just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Time for our red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. It's hot out there, and we want to cool you down with some great savings on your new AC unit. Right now, you could save on a new energy-saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Plus a 10-year parts and labor warranty. Just need a repair? We got you covered too.
Back to start things off in the second quarter. 2nd down and 5 from the 17-yard line is where the ball sits. Altman calls for the ball. He's back to pass. He's getting pressured, but going over the middle and has to overshoot the intended receiver. Got that out of there a little bit quicker than he wanted to, but that was big-time pressure coming in from Tristan Layfield and Jeremiah Wright off his right side.
Yes, sir. Excellent pressure there. He brought an extra man, and we also had coverage in the back, too, so he had to try to throw it over top of safety.
This is that chaos that you talked about, having to get in after him. You're going to have to bring that pressure from different sides of it. 11:55 to go, just 5 seconds off of the clock here in the second. 3rd down and 5 from the 17. St. Pierre's got it up the middle, scrambling around. He's going to be near first, but they'll mark him shy of it. It'll be 4th down and inches again, and second opportunity on 4th down coming for St. Thomas More. Big chance for a stop for the Trojans. Boy, you'd like some sort of little penalty on 4th and 1. 11:35 to go until halftime. St. Pierre's got it up the middle, and he's going to scramble through, fall forward for a first down. Clock will stop as they move the chains. Ball will rest inside. Boy, just got it by the nose of the football. That Trojan interior line is really getting after it. 1st down and 10 from the 13-yard line.
Jeremiah Wright on tackle on that one.
Yep, Trojan defense has got to get solid. Altman back to pass. He's looking to the right on that slant again, and it's complete. And, Coach, before the game, you said he throws that slant really, really well.
Yeah, I tell you, and he threw it where only his receiver could get to it as well. I mean, he had to go down a little bit, but we had outside position there, and the receiver beat us to the spot.
A season ago, the Trojans fell 21-0 behind and ended up coming all the way back, losing that one 42-35. We're looking for another one of those dramatic comebacks here. Snap is back. Extra point is up, and it is good. We'll be back in 30 seconds on 446 Sports.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Back to live action here, 21-0. St. Thomas More has the lead. Again, tape delayed broadcast on this one. Back deep to receive JT Lindsay. This is the first time now that St. Thomas More will be kicking with the wind. You see the umbrella starting to come out. You see the people making their way out of the stands as that rain starts to make its way here. JT Lindsay, and trying to see who is on the far side. Coach, maybe you can get that number that's around the 10.
That's Johnson.
Jalen Johnson
yeah.
that's back there. This kick is high. It's another one of those sky kicks. Jalen Johnson will corral it at the 9. He's out to the 15 now, trying to go all the way across, but losing ground. Gets back to his feet, spins around, gets out of there, does the hokey pokey, and down at the 18-yard line. Ran about 50 yards to get 9 out of that, but you like the effort from Jalen Johnson.
Definitely. Come up a little gimpy there, but I think he's going to play through it.
Yeah, absolutely he will. First down and 10. Now the Trojans going into the wind on this one. Not very successful with the wind at their back, and somebody enjoying the umbrella right in front of us, trying to cause a little chaos on what we're doing.
Tell you what, we need a positive play here, just something positive.
Rain starting to make its way down. Handoff goes right up the middle. Lindsay spinning around, and he is dropped there. And now they pass the umbrella down, thankfully, right in front of us. It's like that guy.
That was Duncan, actually. That was Duncan on the carry.
Got you. The guy at the old LSU basketball game that used to blow the whistle or do the Florida State chant.
Yeah.
Just annoying. Rain coming down a little bit more here, though. This time it is Lindsay. Lindsay trying to get to the outside, now cuts back in. Going to be dropped down at the 23-yard line. No gain, maybe just a half a yard. And the Trojans are moments away from their trying to avoid their third 3 and out. Going to be an official's timeout as there is an injury. We'll try to see who that young man is that's down defensively. And again, we do not put the camera on an injury just out of respect for that player that is down. Take a quick timeout. We'll be back for third down right after this from BU Designs. To live action we go. That is number 91, Adam Guidry, that is in there. Third down and 5. Boy, these Trojans need to move the chains and keep their offense out there. Feaster and company looking to the far side. You see that group. Everybody, even Cam Calderon trying to look around everybody. He's the only one that doesn't get up off of the ball, of course, as the center. 2 men in the backfield. This is the position, the formation that the Trojans started with. Sends a man in motion. That is good high throw, but complete. Mingo pulls that one down and spins it around, and just what the doctor ordered as the first down for the Trojans. That was Jimmy Duncan that had moved in motion. So you've got Duncan and Lindsay in the backfield with Feaster. And, man, that's a little bit of confidence that you needed. The Trojans now able to go fast. That is going to be Duncan that carries the football. He gets
3.
Give him 3 yards on it. It'll be second down and 7 from the 36-yard line. We'll check the time, 9:29. St. Thomas More leads this one 21-0, but the Trojans have an opportunity now with something going here in the second. Oh, and that was a busted play. Feaster's going to have to take that one in. He turned around and looked for Lindsay to hand the ball to, and, well, there was nobody there. And Prosperity getting in the way. It's 3rd down and 10 now.
Yeah, a little confusion there. Looked like he was supposed to pitch it to Lindsey coming outside here.
A lot of green and yellow on the radar. That you see it coming down through over there by the lights. It's coming down pretty good on the far side, and that's going to make things difficult for a throwing offense, as both of these teams are, but one of them spotted with a 21-point lead. 10 and 9 on the play clock. Trojans are going to have to get something or get a timeout. 7 and 6 and 4 and 3. And they jump in and get a timeout, do the Trojans, and just not a lot working there. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back with this from our scoreboard sponsor, Wallace Eye Associates, on 446 Sports.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Back to live action we go here, our tape-delayed action as it is 3rd down and 9. Talking about how great it is to be in the press box and not up on the roof outside or insert wherever you're happy not to be. It is football weather, but, in the old days you had football, you had rain on the mud, on the grass, and the mud came. Now it's just slick carpet.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference these days.
3rd and 9, that St. Thomas More crowd getting loud and getting wet, and they don't care. E.J. Scott comes in a couple of yards to the inside. Back to passer, setting up the screen. That's JT. What a great play call. JT's got to fight for the first. It does get it out to the 41-yard line. And great job of Feaster getting that ball over those big defensive linemen. And 2 first downs now on this drive for your Trojans. 1st down and 10 from the 46-yard line. 8:20 and counting until half. Trojans do get the ball coming out of the half. This is a good sustained drive as the toss goes to Lindsey. Side steps just a little bit for a yard. Really nowhere to go, though, as that defensive front is in charge down there, Coach.
Yeah, there's 2 yard. I think he probably could have taken it a little farther outside, but he's trying to get up the field.
2nd down and 9 from the 47-yard line. Go your Trojans. Lindsey's got it now, left side, runs through for another couple of yards on the play when the whistle is blown. A lot of pushing and shoving post-possession, and that's
giving him no gain there.
The strategy. Well, they gave him a couple on it. 3rd down now and 7. It looks like ball rests at the 49-yard line. Trojans nearing what would be 4-down territory for them. Back to pass. Now rolling to the near side is Feaster. He's got to get out of there, and he's not going to do it. He looked up, and all he saw was big number 91, Adam Guidry, that was in there. And Guidry, the young man that was hurt on the play earlier, is back up there, and now that takes you out of any opportunity to go for it. Limping a little bit is Ty as he comes out of there, as it did look like he got tackled pretty hard.
Yeah, that was Guidry. Guidry was a player of the game, defensive player of the game for him last week versus Como.
First punt for Feaster with the wind in his face, the rain coming. Got to watch that snap as that ball is going to be wet. Snap is a good one, and it's back, and Feaster puts a foot into this one. Not high, but it's going to bounce and check up like a pitching wedge. There's a block in the back. So no matter what happens out of this, it's coming all the way back. And right in front of it was the official, and he saw it look like number 20 get pushed in the back, Vaughn Daybon, who one of the running backs that you'll see sometime tonight. And this will be the worst starting field position now for St. Thomas More. But the Trojans have to get something going here to get a score before the half.
Boy, Strother's confident back there, isn't he? I'll tell you.
He's going to get it no matter where he's at.
Yeah, I'm hoping he'll have a misplay here soon, and we'll get good field position.
They march it off from the 30-yard line. They give 10 yards. It'll be at the 20-yard line. So set and ready to go is St. Thomas More. See what they do with their wind in the back. Haven't really taken a shot over the top. Do they have that in them, or are they just going to continue to dink and dunk? We will see. Defensive line moving around, 6.5 to go until halftime, 33 seconds until the mandatory break. St. Pierre's got it, and he's rushing to the near side. Cuts back in, but it was a good tackle that sprung it around. We'll see who that is that's on the ground. That's White that came up and made the hit that spun him around, but getting in there and making the tackle.
Jordan Mason on the tackle.
Jordan Mason steps in to finish it off, but I like the work of Xavier. But you look around, and it's another 5-yard gain.
Yeah, I tell you, I thought we had it strung out. I thought we did well containing, but, boy, he cut it up back upfield.
Altman calls for the ball, throws it off to the right side, and it's complete. Ford trying to track down the receiver and does, but not before another St. Thomas More first down, and that's going to get us to the mandatory hydration timeout at the 6-minute mark. Should be, don't see them taking it yet. They'll roll the clock, and not sure why they haven't stopped for that. I don't know if rain supersedes that at all.
It was 75 degrees as well. I don't know if that has to do.
Month of September, it's supposed to be mandatory. We'll check on that. First down and 10.
We go. Yeah,
finally, they do it, but not before some 15 seconds have run off of the clock. Maybe they'll reset it. We'll check when we come back after this message from Jason Hawk, Farm Bureau, on 446 Sports.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Big thanks to Jason Hawk, been with us from the start. Jason Hawk, Farm Bureau. Invite you to talk to Hawk. First down and 10 following the hydration timeout. They do not put the time back on the clock, and I don't understand that, as it should have been there at the 5:56 mark where we saw it.
Yeah, because they reset the play clock, though.
Correct.
So.
First down and 10. St. Thomas More has it from the 30, give them the 33-yard line. Their own 13-yard completion there on a couple of plays. Official runs in, covers it up, now backs out. Altman brings a man in motion, but St. Pierre gets it on the handoff up the middle and grinds for gosh, they'll give him 4 yards on that pickup. And, 4 yards in a cloud of carpet is what you're seeing out of this.
I tell you, he's a very patient runner. He finds, stays behind his line, finds an opening, and breaks through. And, boy, when he breaks through, he goes forward. Aiden Walker on the tackle.
Second down and 6 from the 37-yard line goes Altman and the Cougars. Again, he brings a man in motion. Fakes it that way now. Throws it to a check down receiver out in the backfield. Good job coming up and making that tackle for the Trojans was number 13, Jalen Kirk. And we've called Kirk's name a lot tonight.
Yeah, he's doing a good job, but you don't want your outside linebacker, leading with the tackles out here.
Third down and 3 on there. Ball rests at the 40-yard line. 4:46 to go until halftime.
I like that.
It's always branding. Altman comes up and checks for that offensive line. He says, hey, we're going to try this. The defense adjusts for the Trojans. Altman's got 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. High snap, but St. Pierre gets it around the corner and a big-time shot coming up. And I don't even have to look and see the number, but I know it's Jason Blackwell.
Yeah, that's I like the way he goes to the ball. He goes downhill and he lays the lumber.
Fourth down now and 1, and this is a big-time move for St. Thomas More as they're set to go for it from their own side of the field, right up the middle, and another first down. And, no hesitancy at all from this group. They feel, the way they see it, they've got 4 downs to get 10 yards, and they're taking advantage of all of it.
Yeah, 21-0. What do you have to lose, really, whenever you're leading like that?
46-yard line of St. Thomas More. They started this drive at the 24-20 to go until halftime. St. Thomas More does get the ball, or Ash gets the ball. Here comes Walker right up the middle with big-time pressure. Aiden Walker off the corner causes an errant throw that Jaden and Jason were looking at, but just threw it away quick. Good job by Altman.
Yeah, boy, Aiden got in there quick. That's what we need. We need more of that. Get him off his spot.
Like to see him switch and come out from this side maybe and go another side, but he's coming off of that blind side of Altman. 4:11 to go until halftime. Second down and 10. Altman back to pass. He's getting pressured again, and there's the ball on the ground. Good job of tackling, and the Trojans are going to have that and tell you Tristan Layfield falls on it, but give that to Xavier White, who hit the quarterback Altman, caused the turnover, but he also tackles him and holds him down and lets his man Layfield go over there and get that fumble recovery. Trojans in business with by far their best starting position, and oh, baby, what a turnaround this could be.
Yeah, stunt there. He came around the side, and boy, whenever he was there, Altman didn't see him till last minute, and we got the ball out.
Now, if the Trojans can capitalize on this one, 4-down territory for them as well, just to start this drive from the 36-yard line. Feaster in that group, he's got to the near side with him. Just one receiver is E.J. Scott, Lindsey in the backfield, Mingo and Johnson to the top. Snap is back to Feaster. Quickly out to Scott. He's got it complete. Going to be knocked out of bounds there and hit in the white portion of the field, which was out of it. But quickly back up and going. E.J. Scott hops back up and gets into that one. 3:56, a lot more rain coming down now as the faithful here starting to scamper. First down and 10 following that big completion. Handoff goes to Lindsey trying to get to the far side. Cuts back to the middle, but he'll take 3 or 4 out of that and a little bit of payback.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see the second half. He's gonna be able to take that outside.
Second down and 7 for the Trojans from the St. Thomas More 23-yard line. Feaster with Lindsey, calls for it. Lindsey's got it now. He's trying to get up the seam inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line where it's going to be first down and 10. 3.5 remaining until halftime.
10-yard gain there, patient, found the running lane, and boy, when he went through, he went through.
2 receivers to the top, 1 to the near side, but it's Lindsey with the carry behind that offensive line that's out there and blocking well. Give him just maybe a yard on it. And Trojans in their normal hurry up, but they're not wanting to give the ball back to St. Thomas More by any means.
No, let's keep it rolling.
First time inside the red zone for the Trojans. Second down and 9 from the 14-yard line of the Cougars. Jimmy Duncan, no, that's Lindsey that stays in there. Mingo and Scott to the near side. Jalen Johnson on the far side. Maybe a little quick hitter out to Johnson over there.
Yeah, that's been the play.
Lindsey instead. No, that's Feaster up the middle. Inside the 5, banging around. Going to be just a half a yard shy as it'll be third down and inches.
Yeah, 8 yards on that one. That was a great play call there. Misdirection going to Lindsey, and he kept it up the middle.
Good hard running by Ty Feaster. Young man out there playing the quarterback position. 2:26 to go until halftime. Trojans trail this one 21-0, but they're knocking on the door. Third down and 1. Handoff goes up the middle. Lindsey's got it, bangs around. He is going to be, the official on the far side comes in and marks it just shy. It's going to be 4th down and inches. 4th down and short, so this is a big-time play. Mark this one down. Play hasn't even happened, and this is a candidate. Look at Feaster get under center. Good push by the offensive line, and they're marking it down to the 4-yard line, which will be a first down if the official to the near side marks it. This is one of those, they'll get out the credit card and measure as the chain comes out. We'll see if Brett's able to zoom in maybe down there. And no need to. Got the first down. I'll leave you alone, Brett, and let you do your thing. First down and goal. But this is where the Trojans have to get things going. 1:48 to go until halftime. This is where disaster struck at Carencro just a week ago today.
Yeah, let's be patient here. Let's get the right play. Put this in.
Lindsey's got it up the middle, and he's going to walk into the end zone. That's a touchdown, J.T. Lindsey. Touchdown, Trojans.
Yeah, 4-yard right up the middle there. I'll tell you what, they imposed their will on that drive.
Indeed, they did. We'll see if we can try this for our first time ever, pending the extra point. See the instant replay spin around, and you'll watch J.T. Lindsey as you see live action on the top. Lindsey goes into the end zone.
Shannon Meshier on the extra point, held by Mingo.
Snap is back, kick is up, it is good. Trojans get on the board right before the half. 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. Trojans do get the ball. They've got to keep St. Thomas More out of the end zone. We'll see what happens when we come back. Back to live action. We certainly appreciate the folks at Quibitos. They are now the home of the Tioga Coaches Show, the Reservation Roundup, and, of course, Coach Speak. That will be Sunday. We'll have everybody in there. And special guest we'd like to think is coming in on Sunday. We'll let you know about that as we go. Mesh set to kick this one off. Don't expect to see a onside kick here. Mesh puts a foot into that one, drives it back to the 8. Trojans have got to avoid anything chaotic here on their own. Good pressure, driving the man out of bounds, and that's just good work by that special teams unit back there, 45 and 18 defensively for the Trojans. That's Rylan Hall, that's Colby Pope that strung that one out. 21-7, you see it right, but the Trojans just got on the board here. If they can hold St. Thomas More off, they'll get the ball to start the second half and an opportunity to get this thing going. I just think they like to spot other teams, and you got to be careful of that out there. Doug Gann alongside of Nick Magnano. We're bringing you Ash Trojan football all year long on 446 Sports. Altman back to pass. Thought about his first one, but here comes Walker. So, again, having to dump that one off. But as good as the coverage was on Blackwell, that combination of Altman to Froelich has been really solid.
Yeah, that was excellent play. I mean, he just held the ball long enough, and great route by Fraley. And, sometimes a good play just beats good defense.
First down at 10 from the 44-yard line. Back to passes. Altman again getting pressured in his face and has to throw that one away. And I'm telling you, Aiden Walker has been in the face of Sam Altman the last couple of possessions.
I tell you what, he's a man possessed. And then you had Jalen there with the coverage, inside coverage. You had, gains on the backside. So, I mean, it was just a great defensive play there.
Second down and 10 for St. Thomas More from the 44-yard line of their own. A minute 8 to go until halftime. 21-7. St. Thomas More leads this one. Hope to get a word from Coach Bachman there after the half. Snap is back to Altman. That one's thrown in the seam once again, having to bring him down. And Jason Blackwell, but a penalty flag on the play. It's going to be a hole in the backfield. Jason Blackwell looked like he got his shoulder hit in that collision. We'll check on that, young man. They're calling it against the
roughing the passer.
And that will be added to the end of the run. And, boy, that really in 30 seconds.
Cortez was held on that one. He beat 85 or 65 on the outside. Should have been offsetting.
Yeah, that pushes St. Thomas More all the way down. And worst fears realized that St. Thomas More is gone from their 20 down to the Trojan 26-yard line in just 30 seconds of gameplay.
Watch Cortez on this outside going against 65. I think that's why he's in there, to speed rush.
Altman directing traffic. Got St. Pierre in the backfield with him. Back to pass. And here it comes up the middle, but just running past. And there's that little slant to the inside again. That time it is complete to Cade Wilkerson. But, I mean, that play has been there all night long.
Didn't get enough depth there.
And the rushers seem to be running by Altman there. The opportunities are there just to watch it, but that speed rush. St. Pierre's got it, and there's big Aiden Walker in the backfield once again. Over and over, Aiden Walker's in the backfield. And a timeout. Tell me about the work of Aiden Walker in this game so far. I know you're keeping track with tackles and such as that, but just your overall performance, or your thought process of him.
I tell you, he's being the leader. He's stepping up. He does not want to lose this game.
Right.
And he's doing everything he can to keep them in this game. Okay, and hopefully that momentum, that'll breathe fire into his teammates. I would like a little more push on the inside as well, but he's getting a great push on that outside there.
Again, this game being tape delayed. We know that there'll be a number of you watched it. Over 1,000 people came back and watched it on Saturday morning last week, and a few more have done that as well. We will get this broadcast up and going. 8 a.m. is when the start will be for this one in the morning. We'll have that scheduled. So if you're up having some coffee and some donuts and breakfast or whatever it is, watch the last Trojan football and watch this magical comeback that they make tonight. 21-7, 37 seconds to go until halftime. Got to keep St. Thomas More out of the end zone. Altman has St. Pierre in the backfield with him, but watch that to the near side. Strother is lined up as the lone receiver to the near side. You've got two to the top. Altman calls for it and looks Strother's way. I mean, he just eyeballs Strother the whole time. He's going to be down at the 4-yard line. It'll be second down and 1, 9-yard pickup. And 26 No real dilemma with the time. St. Pierre to the left of Altman.
We're allowing that inside release, Doug. We're allowing that inside release on the outside.
Yeah, you've got to come up and, I mean, you're seeing that either of any of the wide receivers are just taking a step off the line and cutting towards the middle.
Yeah. Of course, last week, you know, they ran that fade a little bit more against us, and maybe that's the reasoning. But inside, boy, we get, you know, try to stop that inside release on these.
Keeping it right here, just 19 ticks of the clock, which is an eternity down here for this St. Thomas More team. Had a minute 30, exactly 90 seconds on the clock when they started this thing following the penalty from the 20-yard line. And now on the verge of stretching this thing back out once again to a 21-point lead. Trojans have got to find a way to dig deep, get that big stop here. And you know that Coach Merce and all of those guys defensively are out there in that defense's ear saying, look, come up on the line. Don't give a release. Watch for St. Pierre. Got to run a man off, do the Trojans, and coming out of a timeout and rushing off. Looked like they had it set. Third down and less than a yard to go inside the 4 to the 3. St. Pierre's got it good. Pressure. He's going to get the first down. So the clock, we'll see. Fourth down, so good penetration there, but St. Thomas More takes another timeout. What do you do if you're St. Thomas More? Do you try to add on, or you go take the points?
I'm gonna take the points, but of course I'm looking at 24, and I mean, you know, we've only had one good drive, but
they're looking to the consensus here is that they're going to keep Altman and that offense out on the field. We'll see.
Now I'd fake the receiver and let Altman take it.
You know, you listen around to some of the experience that's around the press box area, and you get some good insight as to what's going on up here. Great to be. That's what we like so much about going to all the different press boxes and places that we go. You meet a lot of great people. Food up here is good. It was great when we were walking in. Had some very, very good compliments from a lot of the folks that are around here. And we're complimentary of their place as well. 21-7, 13 seconds. And indeed, it is Altman and that offense that remains on the field. St. Pierre flanked off to his right.
Make a play here, boys. Make a play.
Defense has got to do it here. 4th and a yard. Trojans nearing the offside and don't get it. Altman trying to draw contact there. 14 seconds on the play clock. So an eternity either way they go. Altman calls for it. He's back to pass. Good pressure. Turning around and knocked away. And the Trojans have stood tall here at St. Thomas More.
Big time there.
Get under center. Get into the pile and go forward. Take a knee. Whatever you do, get out of this half without disaster striking. And you carry a little bit of momentum into the locker room with you. So one of the things that we'll talk to him, how about that momentum in the last of this half compared to last week's? To say this is the way you want to end a first half.
That's right. I mean, your offense goes down after the turnover, gets 7. Defense gives up the penalty, but still, hey, hold strong at the end there, and what a finish to this half.
And I do not like Feaster being back in the shotgun here. You got to come up under center and just take a knee, trying perhaps to draw him off, but I go get as snug under Cam Calderon as you can.
Yeah, we know he can take a snap because he did it on the goal line earlier.
There's the handoff to Lindsey, trying to do a little Tony Dorsett Monday Night Football and go 90-something, but not at this time. But a great end to this, and that's why I'm in the booth and not down there. Coach Bachman and that group have things scripted up. We go to the half, 21-7. St. Thomas More leads it, but the Trojans had a turnover, scored a touchdown, and then turned around and make a big stop down on the goal line on 4th down and a yard. We'll come back with stats. We'll come back with that, and we'll talk to Coach Thomas Bachman before the second half begins. We'll do all of that when we come back. You're watching Ash Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today. Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation. Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com.
Back to live action we go and looking around, and we're going to get things going here in the second half in just about 6 minutes, but we'll recap a couple of things for you. It was the Trojans doing their thing and getting behind 21-0 and making their comeback, and that's the part of their thing that we're talking about. And joining us down there, we're going to work on this. Nick, are you able to hear me down there? See, I don't get Nick on that one, so let me connect this back over there. Nick, how about that? You got us?
Yes.
There you go. Stay facing this way if you can.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
I see you down there with the team. What's the mindset out of those Trojans?
I tell you, they're positive. Coach Bachman's over here talking to the offensive line. Looks like he's making some adjustments. Defense was, talking about getting off the field quickly to start this second half. So a lot of excitement. The good finish to the first half there. So really positive right now.
Well, and that's what you see. And I'm looking out there, and it looks like the rain is not doing what it was doing a little bit earlier when it ran a lot of the fans under the bleachers and into the shelter.
That's correct. No raindrops falling. Wind's picking up a little bit. Since it stopped raining, still coming. No, it actually looks like it may have changed directions on us, Doug. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and that's going to make things a little bit different because you pick things at the first of the half depending on which way you want the wind. So we'll see how that goes. The question out there is, how is that turf?
It's excellent. Obviously, ours is going to be better next week, but it's excellent. It's really not that wet. Looks like it drains really well. I mean, not slick at all.
So now this is your first time, and not to get off of this, but you're getting a lot of camera time down there. So I know that Miss Marlene comes out to the show on Thursday nights and watches. So give her a little bit of wave down there. You could say hello. See, there you go. She's watching.
Hello, Marlene.
See, there you go. Tremendous family. Nick Magnano joining us this season for Ash Trojan football, and going to be down there doing the sideline. And look, he says, and I love the exuberance. Hey, you want me to run down there at halftime and get an interview and then run down there? I was like, yep, I certainly do, because it won't be me running up and down them bleachers. But you're doing a great job with it down there. Don't see the St. Thomas More guys. They're back underneath there. So about 4:20 to go remaining in this halftime. And you see the Trojans, I'm looking at them. They look comfortable. They don't look like there's a lot of pressing going on. If they got down 21-0, but they've fought back, caused the turnover, got the touchdown, capped off that drive, but then finished with the big 4th and 1 stop down around the goal line, which would have added points. So what is your take down there for those Trojans?
Yeah, they look calm. They look ready to go. I tell you, like I said, I mean, no panic at all. I mean, Coach Bachman just finished talking to the offensive line. Now he's talking to Feaster, and the quarterback group. Looks like they're about to kind of warm up a little bit. I'm gonna ease on back here and see if I can't get to Coach Bachman.
Make sure you stay facing this way when you catch him, Nick. That keeps the signal in line, and stay about right there, and you'll grab him from there. Nick Magnano down on the sideline, going to give us some insight with Coach Bachman as to the end of that half. Again, you're looking at the score. It's 21-7. Trojans started out in a hole 21-0, but that second quarter really physically belonged to the Trojans, and they cap it off. You see Feaster running right in front of him, and there's Nick going up to catch with Coach Bachman. So, Nick, we'll go down on the sideline to you and Coach Bachman.
Hey, Coach. Yeah, I'm here with Coach Bachman. I tell you what, you're getting Feaster pumped up. That was a good end of that half on Coach.
Yeah, I mean, we got a turnover and was able to score and kind of get back in it, get the ball here to start the second half with an opportunity to really go make it a ball game this second half. Yeah, and then at the stop there, the slow start, just mistakes. I don't know whether it's nervousness. I don't know whether it's anxiety, whatever it is. But once we settle in and play, I feel like we've gotten there. They're going to execute at a high level. We know that. So got to go make the plays. And so we'll see what happens here this second half.
Hey, Aiden Walker in that first half. If they need any motivation, just look at him. He had a great half.
Aiden's a great leader for us. He loves it, puts his heart and soul into it. He's trying to be the emotional leader, trying to make plays on the field. We could sit here and talk past midnight about how incredible the kid Aiden Walker is and how much we enjoy coaching him.
I'll tell you what, Coach, that end of that half was excellent. You get the turnover, you get the touchdown. You do give up a penalty on the drive, but at the very end, the defense stepped up.
Yep, hell, you just keep playing. Play the next play. Just keep playing. You never know which plays are going to be the ones that are going to win it for you. So, that's going to be the message throughout the second half. And, the kids certainly know that. So just keep playing.
Excellent, Coach. We appreciate the time. Thanks.
Nick Magnano joining Coach Bachman down there, Nick, and that's what you'll get. I told you that. All you got to do is ask him a question, and he'll talk and let you know about it. There's no cheesy sound bites. There's no any of that. It's just our head coach letting you know what's going on and what's into his mind. So thank you for that.
Yeah, Doug, there's no panic down here. There's no panic.
Boy, it is a calm bunch. Nick, we'll let you get back up here. Thank you for that, and we'll see you up here for the second half.
Okay, sounds good.
Nick Magnano joining us along the sideline, and so exciting things from Coach Bachman. You could hear the intensity in his voice. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll be ready to get this second half underway. You're watching Ash Trojan football right here on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone.
And back to live action we go. Just getting things going. Great to talk with Coach Bachman during the end of the half. And Nick Magnano joins us back up in the booth. You take the elevator? Is that how you got back up here?
I tell you, that's one thing they don't have. But I tell you, it was good to get down there and talk to Coach. I don't see any panic, Doug. I think the second half's going to be strong. So I look forward to this.
And you mentioned that panic being the key. You talked about chaos. You talked about execution. And you talked about Al Davis just win. All of those things are starting to they started to go in that second half. Made some adjustments, cut off the slant. We'll see what they're able to do as the Trojans get the ball to start the second half. Look for something big, the Trojans to come out. You got to watch for an onside kick or something. St. Thomas More coming out, and the body language side of it that I see is, Ash is ready to come out there and go to work here in the second half.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, there was no lack of coaching by the Trojan coaches as well, getting them prepared for this.
21-7 is our halftime score. Just about a minute from getting this thing underway. Again, a good bit of hospitality up here from the St. Thomas More folks. Got an update. And things are getting ridiculous out here, too. A good friend of mine and an official in that Mississippi Association League, the MAIS, I guess it was, their game was 22 minutes long. And I was like, was it lightning, whatever it was? Nope, it was a brawl out on the field. Everyone left the bench, and they called the game off. And let me tell you, if you're going to go out there and do goofy things, well, that's going to ruin it. You're going to ruin it for everybody. So there's just no place for any of that in organized sports.
Yeah, I'm a coach by trade, and you cannot tolerate that. It's just I know these guys get excited, I know they get overwhelmed at times, but that's frustrating.
Indeed, it is. Good crowd here from Alexandria. Great crowd, as you would expect, from the Lafayette-based St. Thomas More Cougars, fresh off of a semifinal berth last year and all things there. You look across the way at the state championship banners. Their most recent was in 2022. So had looked to go back-to-back, but ended up losing in the semifinals. But 2019 state champions, 2020 state champions, 2022 state champions, runners-up along the way. And none of that matters tonight. This second half is what's going to tell the tale. That kick is up, and it's going to find its way back to the 5-yard line, and that is brought in by E.J. Scott. E.J. up the middle, trying to make things happen down at the 35-yard line. Got a little tug of the face mask at the end of it, but outran the folks, officials. Everybody got outran. So
yeah, I'm glad you called that one, Doug. I've been kind of on him, first half. But yeah, excellent return there. Change up. He's the first time I've seen him back there tonight.
Gets all the way out to the 35-yard line, so he takes that return 30 yards on the kickoff return. 11:52 is now we move right to left. Feaster, Lindsey in the backfield. Mingo and looks like EJ back to this side. The toss goes to the far side behind Townsend, who's got a good block. Lindsey spun around, just one man away from going to the house that time, and caught him up by the shoulder pad and twisted him around.
Yeah, 11-yard gain there. He was patient. I thought he was going to go outside, but he lined up the block perfect.
Again, Mingo, E.J. Scott, Townsend in as the H-back to block. They run the toss again. Lindsey trying to get out to the corner. Somebody told me in that first half they thought Lindsey could get some action on the outside in the second half and a couple of plays, and it's done that.
Yeah, he's so quick, and if he turns that corner, he's dangerous.
2nd down and 7 following the 3-yard pickup to the 49-yard line.
I like the toss.
Yep, Trojans with a couple of good. Now they've got that position, that set up to this side. The ball goes right up the middle to Lindsey, and he gets nowhere, maybe 6 inches on that. It'll be 3rd down, and so the Trojans yet to throw the ball have had some good success running. Coming off the field is E.J. Scott. We'll see who they know. E.J. he gets a towel. He stays out there. Mingo, lone coverage to the near side.
Johnson in for Lindsey.
Look for them to throw out of it, and they do. Complete. Going to be short of the 1st down, but I'm telling you, the Trojan offense is going to stay out there. And you've got to capitalize on good momentum and positioning like this. Mingo will swap sides. J.T. Lindsey back in the game. E.J. Scott comes to the near side, and Mingo going to try to maybe get E.J. out in space here. The safety floats over to the near side. Tanner Townsend steps up now on the line, and he will be an extra offensive lineman. Got that 2-man set in the back with Feaster. Again, looking over, maybe trying to draw somebody off sides. They call the play. You've got 6 and 5 now on the play clock. Trojans may need to get a timeout. This is a crucial play. They snap it with 1 second back. Feaster's got a pump as he's covered, and he's going to get hammered back in the backfield, and that play just went from bad to worse in a matter of one pump fake, and that was St. Thomas More. Coach, it came up and just covered that well and got good blocking off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he had Talon Johnson out to the right from the backfield. Wide open about the 1st down marker and just didn't see him. I thought he looked over there, but just didn't see him out the backfield.
And the Trojans, who had an opportunity to keep this thing going, turn it over on downs, and it is 1st down and 10 from the 48-yard line for the Cougars. Altman and company in plus territory to start things off. 9:53 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Here comes Ford going deep, going for all of it. There's Strother, and just a little bit too much out of the outstretched hands. And pretty impressive jump up there from Landon Strother after that was over. I'd like to tell you I was able to do that as a young man, but that'd be a lie.
I tell you, he has left it on the field. He goes after everything. It doesn't matter if the ball's bouncing around. No matter if it's over his head. He goes after it all.
Look, if you overthrow Landon Strother, that's something, because that young man can get down the field, and we're going for it all there. 2nd down and 10. Ball stays at the 48-yard line just outside that cross that is the T of St. Thomas More. Far hash. Altman looking around.
Play clock down to 5.
Snap is back. Looking to the near side. No, goes back to that slant. And they're going to throw a flag from all the way back in Karen Crow where that one came from. My goodness, and that's that bump. And 15 shaken up just a little bit. That is Freilich, we believe, and it is. Comes off of there. He is the one that they're going to call it pass interference, I've got to believe. The ball's in the air, and there was contact prior to it. So it was a good call from this side. It's unfortunate, but it was a good one.
I think they may wave it off, Doug. I think they ran in. I think his 2 players might have run into each other. I might be wrong. Nope. Yep. That's what I thought.
Indeed, that's this crew, and we saw this at Karen Crow last week. The crew got together and they talked about it and they got it right.
3rd and 10.
And look, right, wrong, indifferent, for you, for us, for them, for anybody, get together and talk about it, and they did that, and that's what you like out of this crew that's out there, one of the best out of Alexandria. 3rd down and 10 from the 48-yard line.
And STM's coaches aren't complaining, so they saw it.
Altman stepping back. 9:44 to go here. He's back to pass. No play action, just right over the middle. And that one is complete. 15-yard strike on that little skinny post, I guess, if you will.
He just gets off the line. I mean, there's nobody within 8 yards of him off the line of scrimmage. I'm assuming Kirk's supposed to check him, and he just lets him run by.
1st down and 10, 33-yard line. St. Pierre gets it. He's trying to get off to the right side. Now goes back up the middle. But again, it's 4 yards, 5 yards before any contact is being made. So that offensive line is setting up that secondary line of scrimmage as they're pushing the Trojan defensive line back about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, and then he carries wide another 3 yards on the tackle there. Blackwell came and finished it up.
2nd down and 3 from the 26-yard line. Altman steps back a couple of yards, gets in the shotgun even with St. Pierre. High snap, but controls it. But that does throw the timing off. Doesn't matter. St. Pierre rumbling through the line of scrimmage past Blackwell and picks up 8 yards and another 1st down. Or give him 12 on that one.
Yeah, it looked like Mason was trying to get him around the shoestrings and just couldn't quite get him. And then Blackwell would tackle. Blackwell shaking up. His shoulders hurting him.
These guys have been hitting hard out there tonight on both sides of it. That's why you see they are competing out there on both sides of the ball. Altman calls for it. It's a low snap this time. A little bit of a correction. Turning around and not going. That's going to be a touchdown. That's just a tremendous play. And we'll see the young man that's got it as a little bit of a scrum. And that is Landon Strother. What do you know about that? Back on coverage for the Trojans was Carrick Gaines, but, Coach, he never turned around on it.
Yeah, I tell you, it's just one of those things. You just got to look at their eyes, see them. I mean, you have to read the receiver there. I mean, the coverage was good. I mean, the coverage, matter of fact, at the very end there, I mean, they're fighting over the ball.
We're going to see if we can look at it again, but we missed it. It's just the end of it, so we'll get back to live action on here. That kick is up, and it is good. 28-7 following the turnover on downs, not the way you wanted to start this second half. We'll be right back after this from Valex Federal Credit Union.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Back to St. Thomas More, home of the Cougars here. And the Cougars do what they wanted to do. They force a turnover on downs, come out and go right down the field and cap it off. Just, goodness, it's been beautiful. Altman is what we expected. Puts the ball right up to the receiver that he trusts in Landon Strother. And Strother just goes up and gets it like he did there.
Just wanted it more. Just wanted it more on that play. Fun to watch. He's just on the wrong team.
Not sure what happened to our scroll that was down there. We'll get to work on that. Maybe getting updated. That ball is brought in at the 5-yard line. Trying to get to the outside is Jalen Johnson, and he's going to be brought down at the 26-yard line. Trojans had a good kick return, had some good yardage on that play, and unable to capitalize, and it's back to a 21-point lead.
Yeah, that 4th down, like I said, he gets his head on the swivel, Feaster there, and he had Johnson on the outside and just didn't have enough time to see him, I guess. Well, we got to push that one. We got to put that one behind us and go forward here.
Trojans start this one from their own 27-yard line. Again, alongside Nick Magnano, bringing you as Trojan football. Mingo in motion gets that little toss inside toss to Mingo as he comes around. It'll be a loss of a couple of yards. And we talk about that every year, why they went to that several years back. Because if it's dropped, it's just an incomplete pass and not a fumble.
Yeah, forward pass there. So
give him -1 officially on it back to the 26-yard line, 8:06 here in the third. Back to pass is Feaster. He's surveying. Had some good time that time. Tries to throw that back shoulder stop pass and throws it a couple of yards out of bounds. And here we are at 3rd down and 11 behind the sticks again. And this is dangerous, dangerous territory.
Yeah, I don't know if he thought that EJ was going to cut that one earlier or what exactly. He double pumped that one, and his timing was off.
Mingo and Johnson to the near side. Coverage just drifting out on it. I think Mingo's got an opportunity to fly by, perhaps.
Yeah.
Snap is back. Feaster with good time finally and just throws this one into a crowd of 4 St. Thomas More Cougars, and just not the decision making. That's a tough one. You got to go out and get the yards. The short passes have not been working, but attribute this to that St. Thomas More defense.
Yeah, and Johnson and Mingo on this side both ran little 5-yard comebacks. So I don't know if that was a play designed to go backside or not.
Feaster stays in to punt. Trojans lose a yard. They'll be kicking the line of scrimmage is the 26-yard line. Kick is up there, and it's another good one. Strother, is going to bring that one in and try to take off with it. And he goes down the sideline, but he gets hammered out of bounds. A couple of big games tomorrow, of course, as Jalen Kirk makes that one. LCU, they are 1-0, and they will host their opening Sooner Athletic Conference program opener. Not sure who they're playing, but it's at 6:30. But they had a big win over ETBU last week to keep the border clause. So congratulations to Coach Drew Maddox. And, of course, that little Tiger battle going on down in Baton Rouge as LSU welcomes in Grambling. St. Pierre's got it. He's coming to the near side. He's got that interior line from the Trojans coming up. Still gets 4 yards on the play, but is brought down.
The White and Lewis here.
Yeah, Xavier White, Jaden Lewis making that, and you see the Trojans are just they don't. St. Thomas More doesn't just run laterally with it. They're moving forward as they do, and before you know it, it's a 4 or 5 yard pickup. Play action to Pierre, St. Pierre, and out in there. That tackling that we talked about is not happening. As I think the Trojans, as you see, the bodies starting to be slow to recover, are getting a little worn down.
Yeah, I guess that throw was behind the line of scrimmage, which allowed their slot back to block Kirk before the ball was completed.
1st down and 10 for the Cougars from the 33-yard line, and they're continuing where they left off in that first quarter. Trojans dominant in the second quarter. There's that little shoulder play action, and that's got it wide open into the end zone, touchdown. And look, that's just a great play action that caused Ryland Hall to come up and bite on that one. That was complete down the side. Number 13.
Parker Castile. No, I'm sorry. Brooks Template.
Brooks Template has that one, and he is slow to get up. But what a tremendous play. And the chemistry between Altman and not just one, not just two, but all of his receivers has been on display in this one.
Yeah, and that the play right before sets up this play right here. The two guys on the inside run like they're going to run a screen, and Template, does a little, stop and go, and Gaines is looking. Hall is looking at the quarterback, thinking he's going to throw the screen.
And you see it, and you can't. The camera's not on here, but he pulls that shoulder in and looks like he's throwing, and that causes Hall to jump the route just a little bit. And that's the play that we were trying to get Feaster and that offense to do last week as Karen Crow was stepping up on him, maybe to give it that little shoulder and then take it right back. And extra point is up, and it is good. It's 35-7. And it is, it is St. Thomas More big in this one. We'll be back after this from Wallace Eye Associates.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Back to live action we go. The Saddler's towing scroll has disappeared. We'll try to get down there and fix that one, see what happened to it. Saddler's towing is still there, but our scroll is not. So we'll see what happened with it. Scoreboard is working there.
Just had Coach Albritton, who was a former principal at Ash. Oh, got to get on that ball. It was touched.
Falling around. Trojans do get on it, and that's going to be down. Coach
Jimmy Duncan on the cover there.
Just not at all what you wanted.
No, it's not. I tell you, had momentum coming into the half. Actually had, some positive yards going outside on that little pitch. Looked like JT's back in there. Didn't look like he was in the last series, if I'm remembering correctly. So maybe having him back in there give us a little spark here.
Trojans are looking for that spark as the pass or the handoff is up the middle. And there's off and running is JT. 40, now 30, 20, 10. JT Lindsey. Touchdown, Trojans. Touchdown, JT Lindsey.
Yeah, 64-yard touchdown there. Just, that pitch. The pitch we were talking about.
That's the one that we wanted. We'll see if we can go back and catch the replay. There's that pitch to the far side. Good blocking at the point of attack. And JT Lindsey is off and going. Appreciate the slow motion and great camera work up here by Brett as he follows JT all the way to the house, just outrunning folks. And that's what you needed as we get back to live action, 35-13. That instant replay courtesy of BU Designs by Melissa Gann. Snap is back, kick is up from Van Dyke, and it is up, and it is good. 35-14, Trojans trail, but they get a quick one. We'll see what happens when we come back after this word from walk-ons.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Big thanks to Walk-Ons, as they are one of our sponsors that have been with us for a long, long time. And you can join us each and every Thursday night, except, when we have a Thursday night game, and then we'll be there some other night. But Van Dyke sits in there ready to kick this one off. It's been mesh most of the way, and you see him rotate. He did come in and attempt the extra point, did Van Dyke. 35-14, Trojans trail this one, 6:50 to go, third quarter. A lot of guys coming up close within 10 yards of that line. They've got 8 defenders in close. Van Dyke set to put a foot in. There is the onside kick.
He touched it so we can get it.
Ball is on the ground, and St. Thomas More saying that they've come out of there, and indeed it looks like they have. Yep, St. Thomas More got that, but again, Van Dyke does such a great job of running up on that.
Yeah, it looks like Lucas Watkins on the recovery there.
Watch JT Lindsey one more time as we go back to that last play. Just get to the corner, and good piece of blocking right at the point of attack. And Lindsey looking like a good candidate for our Southern Air Cool play of the game. That is certainly a good piece of running by JT Lindsey, his second big-time run in back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, that little pitch outside lets him line his blockers up. He can go inside, go outside, depending on where the blocker brings the defender.
Ball just inside the 50 at the 49-yard line, so St. Thomas More will start going over down the seam and just wide open. Goodness, the Trojans unable to control Aiden Falgu and that seam. That's a Travis Kelsey-esque type of clear out down the seam, and how you let that big man Falgu coming off of there. He's being replaced now by number 85, and that is Brandon LeBlanc.
Yeah, I don't know if Ford's supposed to drop back there, but he didn't get enough depth, and right over his head, and the safeties were split.
Snap throw now from Altman, and that's going to be a down inside the one completion, but brought out of bounds. Official getting out there and calling that one, keeping a good eye on it. But it is 1st and goal once again.
Yeah, Jaden Lewis coming over making the tackle. I think Strother got gains in the back, but officials trying to look at the spot, not trying to get run over.
And again, you got to be so careful out there. 6:08 and counting, nearing that timeout again. And that is going to be the timeout. We'll take it with them, and we'll be right back for this 1st down and goal after this from BK Distributors.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
Things going back. 1st down and goal from the 1-yard line. St. Thomas More knocking on the door. They scored 42 a year ago, and they are looking to try to get back to that number here just in the 3rd quarter. Handoff St. Pierre. Big time rush up the middle, but bouncing off and around and getting just back to the line of scrimmage. But that was big number 98, Ethan Richard, that got in there.
Yeah.
The sophomore.
Yeah, it would have been nice if he'd have been able to wrap up, but boy, he did get pressure in there.
2nd down now and goal to go. St. Pierre back in there, flanked to the left side of Altman. 2 receivers to the top. Now they get their big tight end back in there. Falco, good to see him. He was shaking up on that big long pass. St. Pierre's going to waltz into the end zone there, and that is the 6th touchdown of the night for St. Thomas More, and they lead this one 41-14 with the PAT pending.
Yeah, push off the offensive line, just push up the middle, and he steps in. But I'll tell you one thing that's very impressive about all their runners, but particularly this young man, is everything he's falling forward. Every time he's falling forward.
Extra point is set to go. They've been perfect on them tonight. That one is up, and it remains the same. 42-14, St. Thomas More with the lead. We'll be back after this from Valex.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
And we're back. Cougar Stadium here, St. Thomas More. And look, I'm as nice and as pleasant as they are walking in. They're so rude out on the field. It's not been very hospitable the last couple of years down here. Now, last year's game turned in to be a good one. It ended 42-35 on that feverish comeback by the Trojans. What do they have in store for the last 18 minutes or so of this one? We'll see a lot of football to go, but my goodness. Trojans a couple of years ago put up 59 on St. Thomas More when Judd was quarterback, and it's been a long time for that one back. And getting that one is
Darius Washington.
For the Trojans is Washington. And now I joke always, the folks here in the Lafayette area, the hospitality there at Karen Crow a week ago, it's been here as well. And this is starting off with 2 very, very good programs. You know, it's goodness. You start out with 2 semifinalists, one from Division I, one from Division II, and who knows what they'll have this year. It may be Division A or B or Q or who knows what it is. They'll sort that out way down the road from now by a lot of people much smarter than I am. 1st down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Feaster's got it. He's going to keep it himself up the middle. Feaster's got a little bit of room to the 45-50 now. Nifty bit of running to the 40-35. Feaster spun around by the knee and slammed down outside. And the Trojans in business here, but we'll see what they're able to do. Again, a number of plays and highlights that we'll put together. Up on our screen up on our page there as Lindsey goes to the outside. Good pressure on the inside, and they're going to bring him down there. So Feaster's had a couple of good runs. Each time he's taken off and done a controlled run, he's got a lot of yards out of it.
Yeah, and that one he switched the ball to the outside hand. I just think he probably should have went out of bounds. Maybe not took those extra 2 little hits right there, but he's doing well. He's up and ready to go.
4:46 remaining in the third quarter. Feaster calls for it. Now they look over to the sideline. He's got Townsend in there at the right, or correct, yeah. Correction, that is Townsend at the right H-back side of it. Lindsey lines up on that side. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 lone receiver out by the sticks to the far side. Handoff goes to Lindsey. Stutter steps and just falls down. And he slams a fist down on the turf as he knew he was off for his second touchdown in a row there. But the turf monster got him 3rd down and 6 from the 28-yard line of St. Thomas More as they rush a runner off. Lindsey trying to go right back up the middle with it. And he is hit in the middle by 45 and 55 brought down.
Yeah, no gain there. 4th and 6 here.
Yeah, you're in that point where you have to go for it every time. You're trailing by 4 touchdowns.
That back throw to EJ back shoulder throw to EJ might be the one here. I'll call a timeout.
Timeout called by the Trojans. We'll keep it right here. Trojans trailing by Abraham Lincoln in this one. Let's see if you can pick that up. Do you catch that?
No, you can't.
Trailing by 4 scores. So, come on. If I have to explain it to you.
I'm sorry.
It doesn't
I'm
carry,
laughing.
It
I'm
doesn't
laughing.
carry
I'm
near as much on there. 42.
Hey, it's our 3rd game together.
It's our 4th. The first one, you remember that one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's our 3rd football game.
That's
together.
right. It's our 3rd football game, and we've yet to mention the dreaded announcer jinx, and I don't think I'm going to bring it out too this time. We may bring that at the end of the year party on our blooper reel. There's a number of faux pas that I've committed throughout this young season. Just the one mistake by my man Nick, and that was in his debut. 4th down and 6 for the Trojans from the St. Thomas More 28-yard line. Have to get to the 22.
Let's make a play here, boys. Make a play.
Feaster's got a couple of guys in the backfield with him. Fakes the handoff. Lindsey
It's
wide
there.
open, and that's the tight end down the middle. Townsend. Touchdown, Trojans. Touchdown, Tanner Townsend.
28-yard touchdown. I mean, just a great play call. The momentum, everybody steps up. The eye
See if we can
discipline.
pull that. Yeah, you see it in slow motion, just releases down the seam. And Tanner Townsend. And well, they tell you in Alexandria, they never throw the ball to the tight end. Well, big time work there going to the house. And 42-21, and pending this PAT, did I jinx it?
Channing Mesh.
No, Channing goes up and gets that one, and we'll keep it right here as well. And a big shout out to our new food sponsor in the press box. Speaking of meshes, our new food sponsor in the press box. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, La Bistro Coffee and Waffles. Eddie and Tricia Mesh, a great local family. Boy, has really meant a lot to my family over the years. Eddie has been an assistant coach, a volunteer assistant coach for us in soccer a number of years, and Tricia's always been there to support all 3 of their boys as they played soccer, and then, came over here and are now at Ash and really, supporting them as well. We appreciate them.
There you have it. And don't know the menu for next week on there, but it's okay because we'll be at Butch Stoker Stadium. We'll be having La Bistro waffles. You can have the coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. But great support by the community. Come out and see that game. You can watch the replay afterwards on there. You got 10 men up for St. Thomas More. They see Van Dyke out there and realize that there may be something a brew, but he gets way back. He's, 12 yards off the ball. I'd be tired just running to kick it. Van Dyke sets this one. That's kind of right over that front line, and that's a good play, but it's going to be picked up there by who else? Strother, and he's going to be driven out of bounds.
He's kind of become...
Correction, that's number 11.
Oh,
that was
is,
not
yeah.
Strother. Cade Wilkerson, it looks like who that was, that was back there that had that one. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Trojans trail by 3. If you get a stop right here, you've got yourself a battle, but the Trojans have got to quit digging themselves into a 4-score deficit.
Yeah, I got that one, Abe. Here we go.
That's right. First down and 10 for St. Thomas More from the 25-yard line. Altman brings a man in motion. That is Strother. Handoff goes to St. Pierre, and what a nifty little move that was. St. Pierre off and running, but brought down there by Jaden Lewis.
Yeah, they brought White in on the blitz there, and he just ran right underneath him, unfortunately. Lewis on the tackle.
And again, we talked about it as appreciative we are of the tackles by Jaden Lewis. You don't like to see your free safety making so many of them.
Yeah, for sure.
That's not a misprint. It is Menard 2, Pineville 0, I guess, nearing halftime or at halftime in that one. And the defense is on display there. First down and 10 from the 42-yard line. St. Thomas More set to go. Low snap. St. Pierre's got it again. He bangs into that offensive line and keeps going. Wrapped up by Xavier, it looks like.
Yeah, White had him at the bottom and Jalen at the top.
But how on earth do you get hit at the line of scrimmage over and over and over and fall forward for 5 yards?
Yeah, and especially, he's undersized, and I will say that. They are having a hard time seeing him in the back. He's very patient, in the backfield. He's very patient. And
battle going on here in this area. Tioga 34, Brobridge 28 in that game.
Go Indians.
Altman brings a man in motion. Ball is snapped through. Handoff goes to the first man. We'll get his name as that's not St. Pierre, but that's big-time Jaden Lewis coming up and making a play, and they're going to catch him for a face mask, it looks like, perhaps at the end of the play. And the play looked like it was over for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, Blake Calais on the run there, sophomore.
Yeah, they're going to get a personal foul and a face mask that's going to negate a big-time play, and that will get an injured Trojan down on the field. Looks like he's cramping up as they go to work on that heel. And when you start pushing that forward, that screams cramp at you. And this humid, hot night air doing that 158, the face mask is going to move the ball down. We're going to let them get that worked out. And we'll take this from Southern. Oh, no, he hops back up.
That's Ethan Richard.
Hop up in theory only, as it took a couple of them to get the big man up. And it's good to see him up and walking off on his own. That lets you know that he's feeling good. He'll get a little water and get some energy in him, and he'll get back out there. But that takes the ball all the way down to the 32-yard line. And look, this is that point of the game. You cannot trade touchdowns with a team. You've got to get stops.
And you can't help them here either.
No, and that penalty was an unfortunate one. It's just people jumping in, trying to get the young man down to the ground, and that was number 21, I believe, that carried that one. Yeah. Looks like
no, it was 31.
Was it 31? Yeah. Then that was
Calais.
Yeah, Blake Calais, who came in and spelled St. Pierre a good bit. That's Calais that's in there now. 142 and counting. And St. Thomas More not using that high-powered offenses. They're trying to lean on the defense of the Trojans now as Altman is staring directly into that play clock area that is to the right corner of the end zone by all those flags that adorn the back half of the end zone. That is Calais right up the middle. He's met in the middle, but again, falls forward. Helmet comes off of inside Jordan Mason.
3-yard gain there. Brought down by Mason.
They'll give him 4 officially, make it second down and 6. Coming in is Peyton Hobbs, the sophomore defensive lineman, and the Trojans are rotating these defensive guys in there, trying to go against that big offensive front of St. Thomas More.
St. Pierre in there now for the run for St. Thomas More.
Altman's got 2 to the top. He's got 1 to the near side, and St. Pierre flanked off to his left. Again, watching the play clock dip down under 5. St. Pierre gets it right up the middle, and that defensive line this time stopping a good job, and I believe that was Layfield in the middle. Tristan Layfield, he's the one that recovered that fumble earlier. It's third down. We go to the fourth. They're not going to snap another one. As your quarterback, you wonder with 29 seconds to go. And in the first quarter, they ran up to the line and snapped it with 1 second to go, but not on this one. Don't go anywhere. We've got an exciting fourth quarter coming back up for you. We're going to take a break, and you'll hear these words from our scoreboard sponsor, Wallace Eye Associates. You're watching Ash Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Back to live action we go. Quick break up here. Appreciate, speaking of waffles, Viva La Waffle up here for the food in the press box. They are St. Thomas. It's a St. Thomas More alumni that feeds the press box in here, and it's good stuff.
Yeah, I'm about to partake in one here in just a few minutes. First one of the night.
Be careful of that zesty one.
Oh, okay.
It's zesty, to say the least, but, man, the flavor on them is so good. 1 quarter of action remaining in this one, 42-21. St. Thomas More got up 21. The Trojans have battled them even from there, but that's not good enough. And this is very eerily similar to the way things shaped up from last year.
Well, I was going to say, I thought you were about to say on this play, watch the fake run, because they've run about 6 in a row, and make sure they don't dump it over the top on us.
3rd down and 4. As always, it's 4-down territory. I don't believe St. Thomas More will come out and attempt the field goal here. They look, and there's play action. That one's thrown over the top, and it is incomplete. Good work out on the side.
Boy, Jalen's getting held right there, and I don't know why. I guess it's because the ball's behind the line of scrimmage, Doug?
I'm not certain of it. 4th down, and they move it to the other hash. Altman is back there, and he hurries to the line of scrimmage. Now, watch that pass down the seam. That has been deadly as their tight end has released a lot. Looking back to the near side, that tight end that is in there is to the far side, we believe. Keep an eye on Strother. He's a receiver to the near side. That's where they're looking for that slant, and the Trojans read that well, and they're going to come in and call a pass interference from way back, and that was just a great piece of defense that's going to go sideways on it. And, man, I tell you, goodness gracious, that's going to result in a 1st down. As I'm defensive of it as I can be, but goodness gracious, 11:53 to go. That's going to give St. Thomas More a 1st down. It is not an automatic 1st down, but it will give St. Thomas More the 1st down. And, man, what a great play by the Trojans defense. They had double coverage on Strother and stopped him right off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think what happened there is he's it's just good press coverage, and maybe because the ball was in the air, there was a little contact, but that wasn't called last week, I can tell you that.
1st down and 10. St. Pierre in the backfield. He gets the ball, trying to find somewhere to go, but a good piece of defense by Ethan Richard in there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's come up big. He's starting to get a press.
He is, and it was good. He was the one young man that went off with the cramp a little bit earlier.
Yeah. His 2 solo tackles this half, and looks like giving Jeremiah a little breather.
Time ticking away, 11 and a half remaining here. 21-point lead for St. Thomas More. That's where it's been most of the game, following the first 3 scores by the Cougars. 2nd down and 10 from the 14-yard line. St. Pierre trying to get to the outside, cuts it back to the inside, stumbles around, falls down at the 5, where it's going to bring up 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, Blackwell came up and got him in shoestrings, and, of course, he falls another 3 yards forward, but it was Blackwell on the tackle there.
I don't know that I've seen a team, and we've talked about this throughout the game, that has fallen forward for more yardage. It's like they jump forward, and that's just a great piece of work by these running backs to fall forward for extra yardage.
Yeah, low center of gravity. I mean, kind of looks like Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith back there as far as the size, and everything's going forward.
Trojans had a defensive stop down here before. We'll see what they're able to do. It's going to be a first down. They didn't need to get into the end zone for the first. It's going to be first and goal from the 1.
Yeah, Kirk, Blackwell, White, all gang tackled there to keep them out of the end zone.
Going to take a monumental stand here from the Trojans to keep St. Thomas More off the board.
Just how patient. I mean, how patient their running back is. You know, the last play went to the right, you know, waited for the play to develop, hole pop, this time come to the left. And their offensive linemen stay on the blocks for long.
And good vision and awareness is what you're seeing out there. Altman stays in the shotgun. Another high snap, but it doesn't matter. Getting into the end zone is St. Pierre, and that is the 7th touchdown of the night for St. Thomas More, and that one came from a yard out. And, boy, the Trojans, they keep getting a little closer, and they're trading. It's like a basketball game, trading threes where you're trying to come back in one. You got to get a couple of defensive stops.
Yeah, for sure. Onside kick, I mean, I know that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get the ball back to make a run, but short field for them, and then the penalty that questionable at best, I think, and kept the drive going.
On for the PAT, it's 48-21. That kick is up, and it is good. Perfect 7 for 7 from PATs tonight. We'll be back right after this from our friends at BK Distributors.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
Back we go to live action. St. Thomas More set to kick off again here. We're going right to left as St. Thomas More, the Trojans, with their backs to that Cougar Stadium sign, will be going out towards the front into the parking lot area. Out here, just a beautiful ride in, great campus, great facility as we reach the 9 o'clock hour here on a Friday night. Again, Louisiana Christian University in action. Go out and watch them tomorrow at the stadium and celebrate that great start that they're off to. Scott gets that one, and he's going to be brought down at the 25. So after a couple of big run backs, E.J. Scott able to just get to the 25. And to say that the Trojans have a lot of work to do with 9:48 remaining, but you've got to get some defensive stops in there and keep this thing under 50, whatever you do.
Yeah. Did you know that LCU has the longest college winning streak in Louisiana right now?
It's week 1. I don't want that. That's terrible. It's week 1.
Yeah, it's going back to last year.
I feel what you're telling me, but it's great. Drew Maddox and that group, it's great to see the resurgence there. There's that screen, but blown up early on. That was intended for Washington, I believe.
Yeah, Darius Washington.
Yeah, Darius, I don't think. And I don't know if it was thrown a little too quick, but the cornerbacks stayed out there on him and didn't allow for separation away from Mingo.
Yeah, Reed Dupuis and Dupuis, I'm sorry.
E.J. Scott all the way out to the near side, closest to that St. Thomas More bench. 2 receivers to the far side is Washington and Mingo. Handoff goes to JT. He's looking for something and finding nothing. He's going to be spun around at the 26-yard line. That's number 45 coming in and picking that one up, and Carter Moe. Fourth down now and 8. Trojans out there set to go for it. Feaster looks around. 130-plus strong for St. Thomas More, and so even if you got the second or third in there, it's some ball players. Feaster stepping up, goes down a seam, but it is knocked away. And what a play over there by number 42. That is A.J. Ray, or is that the linebacker, Hayden Hernandez? Yeah, Hayden Hernandez stops. And
yeah, I thought that was third down.
Yeah, they
did have fourth on it, but I thought that was third down.
Now they bring a different group in there, and you expect the Trojans to kick this one away. Back deep to receive for St. Thomas More is number 12, Parker Castile. 28-point deficit for the Trojans, 9 minutes to go, and just about getting ready for turning your sights on. It's another good punt. That one not wind-aided. Fair catch by Castile, called for and made at the 46-yard line, it looks like. We'll see them mark it on the 45 is where he's got that one. And Coach, it's about that time. You hate to do it, 9 minutes to go. Of course, turning your sights onto next week's ball game when you're able to get back at home. But a brutal 0-2 start. You'd like to split these. You'd like to win a couple, but you certainly didn't want to go 0-2 on this start.
No, but you're going home. Competitor, a team you're used to playing against, so something to look forward to there.
That's going to be John Luke St. Pierre that's got that one, and he bangs his way up the middle.
Yeah, Jason Blackwell again and Lewis there.
Don't forget, Sunday on our edition of Coach Speak, it will be live from Quibido's. You'll be able to watch it on 446 Sports. We'll name our Southern Air Cool Play of the game. We'll name our Quibido's Player of the game, and we'll talk about all of this week's action and a little bit of what's going on.
Yeah, Jay Frazier checks in for Tristan Layfield over here on this right end, south side linebacker, weak side here. Ball's coming at him. Blackwell there on the tackle. Looks like gain about 4 yards.
Melanson there is in there on that carry, and 3rd down and 4. 7:50 and counting, and St. Thomas More just grinding this one out. You'll start seeing some of those Cougar fans starting to make their way out of here in just a bit. They love their Cougars.
Timeout here. I'd like to look back on the stats whenever we get to go back and watch the replay of it. I think they've had 6 ball carriers that are all running backs.
Indeed they are, and they just continue, and that's set up because of the way that Albany came out throwing the ball. You've got just so many weapons that are out there.
Yeah, I mean this whole second half. I mean, don't get me wrong, he had two really good touchdowns, but this whole second half they've just grinded it, just worn us out, taking time off the clock.
Up in Natchitoches, Opelousas on top of Natchitoches Central, 28-13.
Do we have an update on the soccer match at Menard?
I don't see that on the scroll right now. We'll see if we can pick something up from anybody here, a score on that Menard Pineville game. Still 2-0 in that one. In the third, 2-0 in the third. Get a couple of runners on base, and I think they'll have an opportunity to
tell you.
Yeah. Right.
Only need a 3-run homer here.
Trojans in need of a lot on their own. They're going to call that, I guess that was the lay. I was looking off on there.
False start.
False start, all right, 49-21.
Yeah. Poor guy looks like he just got on the field. A little excited, false starts, and they take him off the field.
Well, one thing that is not there, last year we saw a couple of quarterbacks back there, and all of this goes without Swilly, who's in there, who is their all-state running back, Hutch Swilly, with some hamstring. Altman looking back to pass, and that one is broken up. And
great pressure by Richard there. I tell you, if I'm STM's coach, I don't put him back out there.
No.
He just took a shot.
At some point, you got to keep him because, again, this game's not really going to matter any in it. You've got it wrapped up with 7.5 to go. You're up 49-21. And look, I'll announce or jinx the heck out of this. If the Trojans come back and win this, when you can all write and tell me how sorry I am for saying that it was over with 7.5 to go, I'll take that kind of comeback.
Yeah, you'll be the first one celebrating.
You're exactly right.
But I will say this, Richard on that one, he hit him, put him to the ground, but didn't Didn't land on top of him.
Big
That's
high
gotta be a
kick
catch.
bounces around, and
That's got to be an interference on the catch, huh? They're all around us.
they were pretty close to him. Trojans come out of there with the football. But, man, you're right. That was they were surrounding him there. Don't know if we have that part of it on the replay of how close he was. We'll look and see where we got it on the replay. Nope, it was when they were covering it up. But a big thank you to BU Designs by Melissa Gann for providing our instant replay throughout the year. Was there all year last year.
Yeah, Feaster's back out. Looks like Duncan's in the backfield with him.
Lindsey steps up, and he's there off to the left, directly to the left side. And Trojans will continue to try to work here offensively, trying to bust something. Watch. Continue. Don't know if they'll come fast. That is Duncan's got it. He carries it out to the 24-yard line. Pickup of 5 they'll give him. Second down and 5. They'll mark it just shy of the 25-yard line.
Yeah, he's going off. It looks like they're bringing Johnson on.
Indeed it is. And Lindsey's going to get it from that little H-back type of position. Bangs his head in there, bounces around, cuts it back, and it's going to pick up the first down and a lot more all the way out to their own 39-yard line. JT having himself a pretty good game. He's well over 100 yards because of that big run that he had earlier.
Yeah, I'll give 18 on that one. That was a good patience.
Menard now up 9-0 over Pineville in that one. The Eagles and Coach David Perkins looking to get on the board and even things up at 1-1 following a loss in the first week to St. Fred's.
Give Lindsey a 1 yard on that carry.
See if we can get an update there in Breaux Bridge from Tioga and Breaux Bridge. Feaster, snap, throw, out, complete. E.J. Scott's got it, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds there. 34-28 still in that game. Tioga is in the lead by 6 at Breaux Bridge. 2 of our broadcasts down in this area. Appreciate the work on the scoreboard and the camera by my man Brett Stallsby, doing great work. Of course, Nick Magnano, and I am Doug Gann. Handoff is up the middle. That's JT. He busts around for another first down. And JT's quietly having himself a pretty good game in here in the midst of all of the lead that they are having to face.
Yeah, 9-yard gain there for a first down. It was excellent.
First down and 10 from the STM 46-yard line. Snap is back. Here's that toss to the near side. A little bit of a sweep as Lindsey cuts it back inside. Toss, I guess, more than the sweep. Picks up 3.
Yeah, but the thing about that, Doug, is he can go inside or he can go outside. It gives him a chance, to read his blockers and to make a play.
Well, we take the hydration timeout. We'll take it with him and be right back after this from Quibino's. Back to live action we go. An announcement that LSU will be at home tomorrow night, just up the road from where they're at in Lafayette. We'll make the trip down here probably around noon or so tomorrow. Make our way down there. Press box opens around 3:45. So it'll be good to get back on campus. The last time we were down there, of course, was a season ago as things have just started going up there. Saw them in Atlanta at the SEC Championship. We're able to cover that one, and that was less than stellar from those Tigers, so hopefully they can get things going on after that hard defeat at the hands of the Seminoles on Sunday night. Feaster with the handoff to JT up the middle, gets nowhere, but up to the line of scrimmage. Barely, yeah, they'll give him the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good push there by STM's backup line. They're battling out there.
Last year, Trojans made a flurry, and this thing ended 42-35. As a matter of fact, at the top of our YouTube page and our Facebook page, you can see where that is pinned. If you had the opportunity to go over to Facebook and or YouTube and give us a like and a subscribe.
Big 3rd and 7 here. I'd like to keep this one going, get some momentum for next week, going in next week.
Feaster. Just nobody covered. He's going to fall forward just a couple of. When we fall forward, it's for about a yard.
Exactly right. Exactly
4th
right.
down now and 5. Trojan offense will stay down there. 4:46 remaining here in the 4th.
I tell you, they had everybody covered. I mean, there was nothing he could do. Mingo was covered. Washington was covered. Scott was covered. Nobody open on that one.
4th down and 5 from the 41-yard line. Trojans just looking for respectability in this one, and a timeout is called by Coach Bachman. St. Thomas More gets out to a 21-0 lead. It's been 28-21 since then. The Trojans in back-to-back weeks have fallen down pretty big. Had an opportunity there coming out, but it's just been St. Thomas More from the get-go and showing you why. And I'm telling you, those folks that are watching along, this Ash Trojan team is not a bad football team. They have just ran into a couple of teams that will make deep runs in their respective playoff brackets.
Yeah, for sure. It was 35-7. I think Karen Crow was beating Barb out of Lake Charles at the half. So, I mean, Karen Crow is no slouch. And then, of course, we all know STM. So, I mean, this is a tough schedule to start out. And, you know, you get back home next week and let's get after them.
Well, and there's going to be a lot of pomp and circumstance and a lot of celebration going on as they open back up Butch Stoker for the first time this season, and it'll welcome in that brand new turf that is part of that bond that was passed a year or so ago. A new field house on the way, but it'll be good to get back there. Play action to JT. Got a scramble, and that one is thrown back over the middle, and that could be trouble, and it is. It's picked off. You saw that when the ball was thrown, and goodness gracious, that was picked off by number 45. That is Latiole, Brody Latiole, that comes out of there with that one, and just kind of playing center field out there on it. That was thrown up over the middle of the field. And, you know, we've seen good quarterback play. Chance Babineau last week would throw that, and it was a touchdown. And we do it, and there it is. But we'll see what this St. Thomas More offense does with 4 minutes remaining. Handoff right up the middle. And look, that is, again, big time number 98 for the Trojans, Ethan Richard. And what a great – and then if it's Richard, then we apologize for that. We'll get the depths. But that's the first time that we've seen Ethan really get in there and play. And I'm very impressed by the work of the young man.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Cole Bergeron in for STM now at quarterback. And I'll tell you, let's just say Ethan until we – I'm going to say Ethan until, but he's been a good find here this fourth quarter.
You know, if you want your kid to be a quarterback, you got to name him Colt. That's a good quarterback name. There's Amarian Ford coming up and making that tackle. That was on number 31, Blake Calais.
Yeah. Aiden was in the backfield there. Just couldn't quite get him down, but Ford comes in and cleans it up.
This Trojan team looking ahead. They will host Natchitoches Central, and Jess Curtis's new team down there will make the trip down 49 to Alexandria, and then we'll make the trip down to the Baton Rouge area and play East Ascension in Gonzales 2 weeks from now before its homecoming in Green Oaks out of the Shreveport area, and then we'll kick off that just brutal District 2-5A season. Snap is back. Handoff goes up the middle. That is number 27. I think that's the first. No, that's Carter Malonson that's got it, and he's pushed down. That'll bring up 4th down with 2:44 to go. Counting things down. Don't forget, join us for our Coach Speak show. That is at 6 o'clock. It'll run a little bit later this time as they've got a function welcoming out Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser next or on this Sunday will be in Quibidos, so come out and see him, say hi to him, and then when that is finished up, we expect to be on the air around 6:30 or so for that. We'll recap all of that. We'll name our Southern Air Cool Player of the Game, our Quibidos Player of the Week, and we'll do that. Don't forget, at the end of the season, we're going to have a end-of-the-year banquet where we'll name our Quibidos Player of the Year. All 5 teams will have their respective Players of the Year, and then we'll name an overall Player of the Year. Early candidate Jacorian Norris from Tioga doing a great job. Jim Burlew has 6 touchdowns on the year, but Tioga looking to go 2-0 tonight. We'll see. There is a timeout with just a couple of minutes, and they moved what did they have, a delay of game is what they had?
Yeah, they delay a game so they can punt. I'll tell you something, Doug, about STM. We're looking at all these backups, and you see junior, senior on the backups.
And these are guys that are going to be battling for state championships this year and next year and the years to come, because, you talk about just reload in here. That's all that St. Thomas More does. That snap is back. Very high kick. Fair catch called for and bounces around and made. And again, Darius Washington able to pull that around, but those STM guys were right there to get any type of a bobble. You see Sam Altman walking around on the sidelines, got his helmet off. What a game that young man has had. Is just another line of solid quarterbacks out of this system.
Yeah, poised. I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, just a little bit I got to see from the scrimmage and from the first game. He wasn't as accurate last week. He was 15-30, but boy, he sure was accurate today.
He's found it tonight.
Yes, he was.
Indeed, he is. Handoff goes up the middle to Duncan. They're trying to get to the outside with it.
4 yards.
144, and that's trying to string it to the outside, but instead it's going to go backwards 4 yards.
I tell you, Doug, I think they did find something tonight with JT. Come, getting that little toss. Something to build on there on the offense, and
back to pass is Feaster. He zips one out. And that's a play that we saw a lot last week in that Karen Crow game. That's kind of that stop pass to Washington, who comes up and gets that one. Darius Washington, the junior. He and Jimmy Duncan, of course, will have great years and be back next year. A lot of speed there. Handoff goes right up the middle. So giving JT a little bit of a breather, as that is Johnson, we'll believe.
Yeah, Johnson, 2 yards.
Talon Johnson gets it, 1:04 to go, and Talon coming in and spelling JT a little bit. To the near side, you got Mingo and Scott.
Duncan in the backfield again.
Duncan's going to get it, and he's going to be dropped, and that'll be another turnover on downs as St. Thomas More's offense will come back out on the field with just 46 seconds to go in this one.
Yeah, Ethan Bear on the tackle there in the backfield. Junior.
Trojans had it 21-7, had the momentum coming out of the half following a big one, and failed to convert on 4th down, turnover on downs, and that had St. Thomas More go down and score and took a lead 28-7 and never really looked back from that. And now in there to take a knee in this one. And depending on how long they hold that clock before starting it, that may wrap things up. A lot of handshaking, so they'll hold on to that and then get it down another 25 before they roll the clock. He's called it. That's going to be the ball game on this one. Trojans fall 49-21. They lose this one after being down 21-0. They come back, score a touchdown. We get a big stop right before the half. The only St. Thomas More turnover was one that the Trojans converted in to points on there, and they dropped this one 49-21. So give up 46 points in week 1, 49 points in week 2, and scratching your head at it. Yes, it's two great offensive teams. Yes, it's two great quarterbacks that you've seen and great offenses and teams that are fresh off of semifinal matchups in Division I and Division II, but not a good measuring stick for your Trojans.
No, got to build off the positives. Like I said, JT in the second half with a very good on the ground. Defense with a few plays on the, the fumble, forced fumble, and then I think they get a 4th down stop over here, unfortunate on the penalty. But, and then, the individuals, I mean, look at Ethan, 98, did a great job, for the second half. Look at Aiden in the first half, did really well. So just something so you got to take the positives, but I'll tell you what, there's nothing to put your head down about whenever you play you start out 2 games like this.
You're absolutely right. And don't forget to join us Sunday live here on 446 Sports for Coach Speak. Very successful debut to that show as we get all of our play-by-play guys in, and we sit there and talk a little bit of football about last week and talk about what's going on this week as well. Just difficult night for the Trojans. They'll regroup. They'll get back to work tomorrow, and they'll be back working Sunday and ready to get things going for their first home game of 2023. The Jamboree got moved. This game got moved. This is the end of a 3-year contract that was supposed to be 2 years at Ash and 1 year here, but the turf ended up changing that around, and we'll get set now. It is Natchitoches Central week as this one is officially in the books, and that'll wrap it up from here. Nick, just Trojans are building and learning. They're 0-2, but the better days in front of them this season.
Yeah, I mean, you come down here, you play the best, and that's what you do. It builds character. If you stay together as a team, going forward, there's a lot of positives tonight. I mean, like I said, I'll look back at I'll watch the game over and see, but like I said, the running attack was very positive in the second half, and I tell you, I mean, you have to be excited about coming home, playing somebody you're familiar with, new turf, like you're talking about, getting, you're in your own bed, you're not on the bus ride coming down an hour and a half. So like I said, it'll be a good Friday night next week.
Well, indeed it will. That's going to wrap things up here from Lafayette, and if we don't have to come back down here, it'll be too soon. Indeed, the Trojans give up 95 points in the 2 trips down here, and don't keep up with it as well. 26 and 21, so gave up 90-something, scored 40-something, and that's a tough way to start things out. That'll do it. We'll see you Thursday night live at Walk-Ons. Come join us at 7 o'clock for my man Brett Stallsby that's been on the camera tonight and on the scoreboard. We thank you for everything that you do. My partner Nick Magnano joining us up here in the booth did a wonderful job on there. 0 for 2 on his keys to the game, but I didn't want to point that out on there. Guys, we'll see you next week. I am Doug Gann. God bless you all, and good night.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-Ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.